Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. And, that's a creepy way to... that's a creepy menu screen. But it's time to jump right back into... Silksong. If it will let me. I like how it starts off immediately with just question mark. That's a very... It's a very creepy start there. Also, apparently we fell down something again. It seems like that's Team Cherry's one way to start an act in Silksong is by just dropping us off a cliff. Or at least all three acts started that way. Abyss. That's an ominous name. That is an awfully ominous name for the start of an act. It has me kind of freaked out a little bit. Because we kind of caused what appeared to be an earthquake at the end of Act 2 when we defeated... I don't know which button I think B is. That button. New objective. Discover the fate of Farloom. Yeah, we apparently had a rather highly energetic start. I'm going to go off the left side. Okay, so there is definitely a pathway over there. Is there a pathway off the right side as well? There does not appear to be as obvious of a pathway off the right side. Yeah, I don't see anything off the right. So I think our direction down is to the left. But some chaos something definitely has happened since Act 2. I'm not 100% sure what it is. Okay, apparently even dropping that far did not particularly do good things to us. Uh-oh. We don't appear to be in the greatest of shape. Yeah, we don't appear to be in the greatest of shape at the current moment. At least, going off the fact that we can't dash, our health bar is shaking, and we're walking very slowly. And keep getting slightly stun locked, it looks like. Okay, I can dash again. I wanted to see what was up to the right, but I don't think I can get back up top. I don't think I can get back up top at the moment. Which is somewhat unfortunate. But that also means there's probably something up there. Because just knowing Silksong, anywhere that I can't get to probably is hiding something. Yeah, things appear to be slightly crumbled and ruined. I'm not sure what I expected to happen there. I guess I was trying to hit that gear. Oh, right. We have the Hunter's Crest, not the Reaper Crest equipped right now. Right. Okay, that explains why I didn't quite dash as expected. Okay, there's a spinny saw blade there. Also, what is with Team Cherry, or I guess all of their characters, and just a love of spinning saw blades? Okay, there's a pathway off to the right that appears to be the only viable looking direction to continue as we slide into steam death. Hey, it gives me full health. I suspect that's not necessarily intended. Okay, there's nothing actually up there. I suspect that the full health isn't necessarily what you're supposed to have happening, but apparently I proved I'm slightly goofy enough to require full health. At least according to whatever logic the game is using. Of they can't get through this with the 4 health we gave them. Also, those vines in the foreground. I just noticed that vine in the foreground, or I guess silk, and how it has like little things growing off of it. Okay, let's keep sliding down carefully. Yeah, being a little bit more careful this time around. Because there are a lot of things here and a lot of bugs that don't seem to have survived whatever we did to Farloom when we bound Grandmother Silk last time. Uh-oh. Okay, those enemies appear to be a little bit stronger than they were before health-wise, because I think they only were taking 3 hits and not 4. I think the enemies are taking more hits now, and also appear to be... I don't know what's going on with them. But it's almost like they have, like, whatever that creepy thread is, rather impacting them. And I'm out of health. Yeah, whatever that creepy... It looks kind of like a void thread. Is there something down here, or is this just... I don't think there's anything down that steam path. Yeah, it looks like the threads in the foreground were kind of infected. And it kind of looks similar to the Hollow Knight Void. Like, all the, like, void creatures from Hollow Knight is kind of what that thread is reminding me of. I really need to stop falling into the spikes. Because I don't have that much health. Okay, let's try to not... Yeah, let's try to not die on the way back down again. So I'm not entirely sure what we're trying to do, what our goal here is, other than survive, and these enemies appear to be stronger now. Yeah, these enemies appear to be a fair bit stronger than they were before. At least from the health perspective, and the fact that they are throwing out just creepy black, I don't know what, everywhere. And also that was a lot of damage, and that dealt what looks like more damage, and I've never seen one of those bigger enemies use whatever that attack they're throwing out is, where it's like spitting out little bits of black goop on the ground. I've never seen that attack in this game before. But it also very much reminded me of, like, the void tendrils from Hollow Knight. Or like the little void things from Hollow Knight in the Abyss. I suppose it was what it called Act. So I don't know if I'm entirely off base with that observation. Okay, there does not appear to be a lot of things that survived, though. At least so far as I can tell, most things appear to be rather destroyed right now. Okay, those things survived and don't appear to be as whatever happened. I'm guessing the game may, or I can't quite tell if the game intended me to die and be at full health for that arena or not. Because I definitely would not have beaten that arena at the, like, 4 health it gave me. Yeah, we're gonna fall down there. Okay, we're definitely making it somewhere. I'm just not entirely sure where we're making it to. We also appear to not be entirely fully conscious at the moment. Is the game going to do something? Okay, the game did something at least. Okay, I think we got dragged back to Songclave. Hoy, Red Maiden. 'Tis a prayer answered to see you safely wake. Little Sherma, what has happened here? To our safe haven, our home? This is what's left of it after the great breaking began. There was that terrible noise from above. Everything shook and fell apart, and the black threads sprung up from beneath. Many a poor pilgrim has already been lost to the destruction. You might have been too, if not for some fleeing pilgrims who found you fallen and carried you back to us. The black threads. I may understand their source. I must speak with the old caretaker. Do you know what has become of him? I see he has left you his garb. Oh, yes. He charged me with looking after those remaining here. Said he had to confer with his family down below? Down below. Then they have slunk away to hide in their ruined chapel. I must pay them a visit. Thank you, Sherma. Stay safe and take care of your fellow pilgrims. I mean, okay, I confront the caretaker and his family in the ruined chapel beside Bone Bottom. I'm guessing that the fast travel is probably slightly broken at this point. But a calamity has befallen our holy citadel. I ain't ever seen anything like it in my long life. Times like this, we must be sure to help each other. Dig deep, dear one. I'll be needing a lot of rosaries to survive what's coming. I mean, I suppose. I suppose they probably are I suppose they are a shopkeeper, so that kind of makes sense. Because we're going back into exploring mode, I'm going to swap back over to Reaper Crest. Actually, I'm going to re-equip what I normally have equipped on Reaper Crest, because normally I normally have the silk or the injector band, and which one was it? I think it was the magnetite brooch that I normally kept installed, though it's less useful than something like the Ascendant's grip. Yeah, it like unequipped all my items. Which is mildly annoying, even though I suppose it does make sense. I suppose it does make sense that it unequipped all my items. But I can't quite remember what my good loadout was for combat. I feel like it was Druid's Eyes and something else. And Longclaw, maybe? And then I always like those two as well. But just for general exploration, I do want the Reaper Crest. Actually, it wouldn't have been Compass. Oh, it would have been Heavy Band on this crest. Yeah, for general exploration, I do still like the Reaper Crest. Okay, things appear to be... Okay, things are screeching at us in the background. That is concerning. And yeah, the fast travel appears to not be entirely accessible currently. Do I still have my map and compass? Yes, I do, but I mean, the fast travel to Songclave is slightly blocked off. I'm going to assume that the fast travel from high halls is also probably blocked off. But I want to investigate. Oh, the bugs are not entirely all here, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think all the bugs that were here previously are still here. Because I seem to remember there being more than one. I seem to remember there being at least 2 in that section of the room. Ah, yeah, they're, bugs are slightly squished. Ceiling also does not appear to be entirely stable right now. At least from a quick assessment of the situation, the ceiling does not appear to be entirely stable. The floor appears to be slightly broken. And the bugs appear to be slightly crushed. Just a hair. Okay, let's try to not run out of health here. That would be ideal. Yeah, not running out of health would be ideal. Yeah, I'm guessing that this fast travel point is also going to be blocked off by crumbling stuff, but maybe not. Okay, this one is still intact. I'm trying to figure out exactly where we're going. Okay, so yeah, Songclave is not. Okay, maybe it is still accessible, but from the backside? That could be... Ah, yeah. Okay, it is still accessible. Just, I had to break through the barrier from the other side. But yeah, things appear to be slightly, just a little bit very ruined from... I'm assuming it was an earthquake, because it seemed like an earthquake. Oh, what's this? I don't remember this being here, but I guess it was, because it's already marked on my map. It's already marked on my map, so I'm guessing that is still just there. Because at least the fastest way I know of to get places is the Bellway system and the Ventrica system, so all the fast travel. That's not what's normally there. Yeah, that's not normally our Bellway friend. Which is mildly problematic. Because I suppose we need to free the Bellway from whatever that is, in order to attain our fast travel. Bell Eater. Okay, Bell Eater does a lot of damage. Yeah, Bell Eater does a lot of damage and has a rather large pile of health. Yeah, it appears to deal a lot of damage and has armor and deals a lot of... Has a lot of health, deals a lot of damage, and has a lot of armor. And spits out some slightly explodey things. Okay, I think I'm figuring out at least approximately what I need to be doing. Yeah, I think I'm figuring out at least approximately what I need to be doing. Okay, that is going to be tricky, though. That is definitely going to be tricky, though, but I feel like I do want to free the Bellway so that we can use the Bellway. I feel like I want to make sure we can use the Bellway and save it from whatever is happening to it. I do suppose that it couldn't just let me immediately fast travel to the objective, that wouldn't have been nearly as much fun. But I'm also not entirely sure what we've come across here. I'm not entirely sure what this creature is. Besides a slight problem. Okay, if I get too close to the walls, the walls try to attack me. That is exceptionally pleasant. Yeah, the walls attempting to attack me is not, okay, maybe not the most pleasant thing ever. Because that is kind of a little bit on the problematic side. Okay, apparently I need to be more careful. Yeah, apparently I need to be more careful with what I choose to attack so that I don't immediately get clipped by things that deal damage. Yeah, I can kind of work with these. Yeah, I can kind of work with it. Okay, that was not great. I'm not dead yet though. Attacking the backside, or at least what I think is the backside, seems to be a viable-ish strategy from what I'm observing so far. Okay, I need to stay out of the way of both of those attacks. And both of those attacks do definitely hit pretty hard. And then, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff getting knocked out of the ceiling that I can, from what I can tell at least. Okay, keep away from the things after they've started spitting out gunk, because that it does hurt. Okay, because yeah, that does definitely hurt. And I need to be a bit more careful, I think. Because something I've definitely noticed, the more Silksong bosses I deal with, is that generally playing more cautiously leads to slightly more survivable outcomes. Yes, slightly more survivable outcomes, though I am still kind of low on health. Yeah, I am kind of low on health at the moment. Which is kind of terrifying, given how many things there are happening on screen at the moment. And yep, that's out of health. Potentially switch back to my slightly more combat oriented loadout here. Might be a good idea. Yeah, I think switching that back over to the slightly more combat-oriented loadout might be a good idea. And then I do want cross-stitch. I think I want cross-stitch at least. That's at least what I think I want for my spell. Because I can deal more damage as Hunter Crest, which does help for... Yeah, Hunter Crest damage does help. Though I can't quite hit them as easily. it almost seems like I can't hit them quite as easily, even with the long nail. So I also don't have nearly as many places I can run to. I don't have nearly as many places I can run to right now either, though, is at least part of the problem. Though it is going to go into phase 2. Or at least, this feels phase 2 to me. Okay, yeah, this definitely feels like a phase 2 to me, at least. And then I think I just need to, like, make sure I'm off by this, like, kind of slightly off to the side. Because I do not want to be, like, directly under any of... Yeah, I don't want to be directly under it while it's attacking. That seems to not generally end particularly well. Though I do have... I have already picked up on the fact that I need to use my hover ability. Okay, that is... I do much prefer not that attack. Yeah, I much prefer when it does the, like, spinny arms. Because the spinny arms are easier to deal with, I think. At least they feel easier to deal with to me. Okay, there are a lot of bells that get, like, thrown out by that phase. And then I need to definitely be more careful, because I am taking a lot of damage still. And I really cannot afford to take that much damage. Yeah, I really cannot be taking as much damage as I am. Because I don't have a ton of... Yeah, I don't have a ton of extra health to be playing around with right now. Yeah, I don't have a ton of extra health to be playing around with right now, which means that every bit of damage I take is kind of a big problem. Okay, that's going to drop bells absolutely everywhere. Yeah, every time they're crawling around the ceiling, it just drops about 500 million bells everywhere. Okay, I want to keep my health up as high as I realistically can, while making sure I'm actively avoiding everything happening. Okay, I think I triggered something. Oh, okay, I think I won. Also, hi, welcome to the stream. I think that's like Samir Sam? That was a very energetic end to that boss fight. Hi there. Aw. I like how our Bell Beast friend helped us win the boss fight there. And I think I can play the song to calm them down, maybe? Aw. There's small ones also. That's actually kind of nice. It's actually kind of nice because there's small ones also. Learned the Beastling Call. Mimic the song of the Bell Beast, up and Y. Summon the Beastlings and return together to their mother. Is that a shortcut to fast travel points? Is that what we just unlocked? Also, I'm not entirely sure where we just came out of the Bellway. Okay, we're still in Grand Bellway. Because yeah, there is. Yeah, that was a slightly more. I can't say I was necessarily expecting the fast travel system to be infected by. Honestly, whatever that was. But I do quite like... Okay, apparently the pathway out of Bone Bottom is... Or out into Bone Bottom is slightly crumbled. Things also appear to be slightly... Did it destroy my bench again? It did destroy my bench again. There was previously a bench here. It destroyed it again. The game really does not like that bench existing. or apparently the elevator. I mean, the bridge was already broken. Yeah, that's mildly concerning how much stuff is getting destroyed. I think the objective was... Oh, I need to swap. I don't have my compass, so I have no idea where I am. I still have the navigational abilities of a... I don't know. For some reason, my brain was about to say, for some reason, I have the navigational abilities of a Pop-Tart. I'm honestly not sure where that came from. But I do think I want to go quickly to a bench and switch back over to Reaper Crest for the purposes of surviving and being able to navigate where I'm actually going. I know that there's one in Grand Bellway, and I know we were just there, but I'm going to just quickly jump back to Grand Bellway. Yeah, I'm going to quickly jump back to Grand Bellway and switch back to Reaper Crest so I can just actually know where I am on the map. With my absolutely wonderful, amazing, definitely not slightly lost and terrible navigational abilities. I do like the little Bell Beast children. Which that is honestly very, very... But I'm not sure if I'd call it, if it's more cute or more just fun, but it is nice. At least one good thing's happened so far in Act 2. Even if it's only the one thing so far, because everything else appears to be slightly destroyed. Cowards. Here you hide, even as you caused your own land's demise. I mean, I suppose they are just hiding down here. You seem displeased, old one. We only did as you asked, yes? The snares sprung, the creature consumed. You bound it to that void. Don't play daft. You should know well our family's fixations. Surely you had a hunch. Not really. Though I suppose it kind of makes sense. How else could we hope to trap one of your pale kin? Or see her consumed with such insatiable efficiency? Then you have miscalculated gravely. The White Knight, she fell with the mother. Oh, the Quakes, yes. We have felt their force, even here. So the mother resists the dark. To save the child? That is my guess. I must descend to the void below and see clear that truth for myself. Oh, how unfortunate. All of Farloom will fall to her flailing. So it may be, but I will not watch idle while it crumbles. The groaning docks beyond the caverns of bone. There I have seen a vessel able to pass below. A heavy bell built for descent. Oh, we did see that, didn't we? I need only gain access, and an operator to assist. I will investigate the docks and uncover the means. You'd be the first in an age to dive so deep, old one. That space below remains long unseen, even to our family. For those depths, I am more prepared than most. I will reach the base of this land and know the truth of the new disaster we together have wrought. I mean, we get lots of objectives. The dark below. Find aid in deep docks to access its diving bell and descend beneath Farloom. Yeah, things do still appear to be slightly destroyed. I don't think I ever read this lore. Flickering flame. 5 masks swirled soul, brought and broiled. 4 stones rage baked, crushed powder coarse. 3 shells fresh from pilgrims fallen to contain an age. That's mildly disturbing. I can't necessarily say I'm entirely surprised by the snail shamans, given what they... I think those were what gave spells in Hollow Knight, if I'm not completely misremembering. If I'm not completely misremembering, at least. I'm not entirely sure where we want to go. A monster in the classic form of Tales from Youth. Yeah, my fierce traveling companion as much as myself. A long dormant centipede. The Bell Eater was slightly freaky. I suppose we want to go to the dock workers. I kind of want to see if things are... if the, like, void tendril things are everywhere, or if they're just kind of in areas of the game's, like, primary areas. Okay, they are definitely absolutely everywhere. Hey, look, it's a bench. It's definitely a bench. And I think... yeah, I'm also curious if the enemies are all impacted. Yeah, it appears that it appears that that enemy at least is impacted. That did double damage. And that is definitely a new attack. It appears that the enemies have attained a new attack, and it appears that I have walked straight into lava. I suppose that's kind of fair enough. Gotta keep things interesting. I gotta keep things interesting, and it appears that getting hit by the fact that I just died trying to traverse, like, the first area of the game is concerning, to say the least. Yeah, the fact that I died trying to traverse the very first area of the game is, I think mildly concerning is not a strong enough level of concern. Because those enemies appear to be kind of threatening and dangerous. Okay, they are not immediately the most dangerous things ever, but they also are definitely more dangerous than they were before. Yeah, the anything that it's like the black void goop is affecting absolutely everything. I do see Garmand and Zaza over there to the side. Hopefully they're still friendly. But also, these creatures they have a lot more health, and they deal a lot more damage. Which is concerning. Yeah, it is concerning to say the least. I don't know if you're friendly still. I think you are. Okay, well met, sister. Though the beastly citadel has finally been slain, still the lands caught beneath it suffer. The evils long done by that cursed place have sunk into the kingdom's very foundations, and now they rise up as a black sickness. This darkness is a curse deadlier than the haunting, a force from far below that will consume all if given the opportunity. Just so. And while wickedness still stalks these lands, our Hornlands shall not rest. Yes, Zaza and I will fight through these cursed lands until every last one of the black, twisted fiends has been cut down. I'm also not entirely sure I like Garma and Zaza helping. I'm less sure I particularly appreciate whatever keeps screeching at us in the background. Because something is definitely repeatedly screeching at us in the background, and I also want the bench because I'm assuming the bench is still intact, but also everything deals so much damage. It is kind of ridiculous just how much damage these enemies are dealing to us at this point. And how just, like, dangerous and threatening a lot of them are. Okay, that is the bellway. I'm kind of checking the bellways as I go, also to make sure I don't need to break into any of them like I did the one in Songclave. There's normally an enemy in that room. There's definitely normally an enemy in that room because I've walked right into them several times. Okay, this bench is still intact. And I think the forge... That is a lot of screeching in the background. Forge, daughter. These black quakes that now rack your lands. I am seeking to see them quelled at their source, below the lakes of flame. You wish to descend so deep, pointy bug. It is true that these docks possess a craft capable. Alas, we ourselves cannot help. Whether Farloom's health or fall, our charge ties us to this forge always. Balo there's the bug to ask, and if our fate is as dire as your action suggests, we are sure he's only needing of some quick convincing. I'm guessing that's Balo? Probably? Yeah, Balo. Sir, I have a need to head below the lakes of flame. There's a diving bell at the base of the structure that seemed fit for the task. I require it opened and an operator to send it deep.
That's fine.
As one of the few upon these docks with mind still sound, that role must fall to you. Can't you see I'm busy, miss? Ain't got time for naught else with the shoveling needs doing, or while the shoveling needs doing. Choose to aid me, or all your efforts will soon be wasted. This kingdom crumbles, its collapse is inevitable. If you wish for your work and your life to continue, you must help me now. Now. So it's gotten that bad. I guess. If that's how it is, I'll be your bug. Meet me below at the diving bell. We'll see if I can get you ready for the drop. That is a slight... I think we are making some form of progress. I'm assuming that there's a lot more going on that we're not seeing yet. I do need to descend down from here to... I'm kind of just following the objective for the moment to try to get our bearings in Act 3 and figure out what exactly is happening, because it appears to be... I mean, beyond everything getting destroyed. Because everything getting destroyed is definitely happening. And also all the bugs are getting infected by something that makes them way more terrifying. Because, yeah, I'm guessing that, yeah. These creatures all deal double damage now. I think it steals my silk. But at least from observation, the black goop stuff, those attacks seem to steal my silk and ability to heal, which is kind of very slightly severely concerning. I think I need slightly more concern than that. It appears that there's a lot of things I need to be very concerned about now, because even traversing through what were previously pretty easy to traverse areas is proving rather difficult. Just due to... Okay, those at least are still... Okay, these are at least not immediately corrupted, it looks like. So I can kind of get a little bit of silk off of them. I say as I then take a bunch of damage. Yeah, the screeching seems to be causing some fairly major earthquakes, which is concerning. Did I just hear somebody humming? I think I did just hear somebody humming while I was talking. I missed something. I missed a lot of things. Yeah, I have definitely missed a lot of things so far. Because we've at least... I mean, I'm guessing that basically every area looks different now. And or probably has something or another happening and going on. That's at least my working theory. An old diving bell, storage shut type A, an ornate clamp. We're at least in the general vicinity. Okay, he is up here. Yeah, he passed by a breakable wall. I believe it. I'm still half blind to breakable walls. Oh, miss. How's all this then? A lot of dials to be tracking, but at least the controls seem to be in good order. I will go back and look at the breakable, or look for the breakable wall here shortly, because I at least know the path I took down here. Seem to be in good order. From here, I can guide your bell down. Best as any bug. Then you've no prior experience with this type of transport? No one does, miss. Thems who used to dive are all long dead. We're cursed to half-life. And there ain't no bug left alive been brave or stupid enough to try. Till now, at least. I'll work at best I can. Can't do much more, I'm afraid. At least the forgings of these docks are built to last. Now we've only gotta pray they hold for you. Here's the key that'll see you inside its metal belly. Pop in there once you're feeling good and ready. In the meantime, I'll get to seeing things set up here. Yeah, I know for a fact I definitely have missed like 1,000 breakable walls throughout Silksong. And that they are absolutely everywhere, because I am definitely at least partially blind to all the breakable walls. Because they are absolutely everywhere as well. And also everything looks like a breakable wall at this point, which is mildly problematic. Yeah, everything looking like a breakable wall at this point is also mildly problematic. But also kind of slightly expected. Oh yeah, there is just a breakable wall right here. What's over this way? Yeah, this is definitely just a breakable... This is definitely an area I don't think I've been. Yeah, I don't think I've been down here before. The fire appears to be slightly sizzly. I'm concerned by the fact that this is just sitting down here. I mean, it is a memory locket. Memory lockets are worth it. Yeah, memory lockets are definitely worth it, because those, in theory, will eventually give me another upgrade. Whenever I can presumably eventually go talk to Eva. I'm going to sit at the bench and just heal real quick. Though I suspect we should probably also keep moving, given that there appear to be a large quantity of earthquakes caused by the shrieking from down below. Which I do suppose is kind of our fault. Kind of sort of our fault. And I'm guessing that the game is expecting me to just progress this way, at least for the time being, before I spend a bunch of time exploring the rest of Farloom. Because yeah, that is... Okay, there is a bench down here. Sir, I wish to depart. Please ready the bell for travel. Sure thing, miss. Sit on the bench and I'll send you down. I'm not sure if I I mean, we're going down. If Hollow Knight told me anything, there's just void down. That's what's down in Hollow Knight, at least, was just void. I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of barrier that we need to open. Because Act 1, it was like the bells 5 song thing. It was like the 5 bells, and then Act 2, it was the 3 songs. So I'm guessing there's going to be... It's also very bright. I'm guessing there's going to be something down here. I'm guessing there's going to be something down here somewhere that's going to act as a... You must collect X things to pass. Take, overwhelm, retire, cible. I mean, that's certainly a voice. It's also void leaking through the door. Which is mildly concerning. Sir, if you could hear me, there has been an accident during the descent. This broken state, the bell is unfit for travel. Retrieve it if you may, but I shall not return within. I think it's the same voice? Okay, I can at least break out. Where are we? We are someplace without a map for once. Reach the source of the black threads within the abyss. Why do I have a feeling that we're like... Hopefully we're not permanently stuck down here? Because there's definitely a lot of other stuff around the upper areas that I want to explore, and I'm just kind of assuming that the game's not going to permanently stick me somewhere weird. That's kind of my... It's kind of my working theory, at least. Okay, there are shell shards. Yeah, that's kind of my working theory, is that the game's not going to get me permanently stuck somewhere, but it might put me temporarily stuck somewhere. And I'm guessing that we're probably going to get the abyss. I think that's probably the same abyss as it was in Hollow Knight. It feels very similar, at least. Yeah, it feels very similar to the abyss from Hollow Knight, which is interesting. 'Cause yeah, I want to explore and check around the area a little bit, at least. 'Cause yeah, there are a number of just creatures down here, but this does feel very reminiscent of Hollow Knight. This does feel very reminiscent of the abyss from Hollow Knight, minus whatever those creatures are. Those creatures appear to be something new. Yeah, those creatures appear to be something new, which I can't say I'm necessarily a huge fan of how they keep trying to just grab me. That's also a new creature. And it's spawning the creepy stuff. Yeah, it's spawning the creepy creatures. and they keep grabbing me because I can't seem to dodge them very well. Okay, that did not go very well. I can't say that necessarily went particularly well. I need to figure out a better way to attack those flying creatures, or at least evade them. I suspect is what I need to do. Because yeah, they are kind of sort of a little bit very dangerous. And they do at least move in a straight line and only have like 3 hits worth of health. Seems to be at least how strong they are. I really need to stop jumping into spikes. Because, yeah, they are... Yeah, those creatures are kinda everywhere. Okay, yeah, those creatures are kinda everywhere. And also kind of a major problem. I'm gonna try to just ignore it for now. And hope that that doesn't bite me in the near future. Because they seem to be a little bit tough. That larger creature seems to be kind of tough for me to actually defeat. Yeah, that big creature seems to be kind of tricky for me to actually defeat off the basis of it spawning a lot of those flying creatures constantly. And that being a source of problems. And a source of taking a lot of damage. I wonder what's over here. Because, I mean, I can definitely go down. But I don't know if I can necessarily get back up. This pathway, at least. Yeah, I don't know if I can necessarily get back up that pathway. I don't want to go too far down what appears to be a side path right now, because I'm not... Can't say I'm necessarily exactly in the best shape health-wise. But we are... And this way seems to be at least a little bit more of a path. I'm guessing there's a secret collectible hidden over to the side. This also kind of looks like the Weaver nests. But yeah, there's definitely Void hanging out down here. And it appears to not exactly want me to escape. If the Void appears to not entirely want me to escape, a rune depicting the abyss. Hey, look, it's a map. I will take a map just because I'm terrible at navigation. I'm going to mark secrets with that one, or places I know that have secrets with that pin for now. There is a pathway off to the left that I missed. Can I make it back to the left without getting... Yeah, I think I can make it back to the left without getting completely destroyed by the Void. That is helpful. And we now have a bench down here, which is also, I think, generally beneficial. Because I'm guessing there's a secret... Erase our fear, eliminate our desire. To suffer no more, Void, cleanse us. I was about to say, there's probably something over here. Turns out it's just lore, which, I mean, slightly creepy lore. To be completely fair, that is some slightly very creepy lore on that lore tablet. I'm kind of still somewhat very much freaked out by this area, because there's definitely Void. We're definitely in the Void, and we're kind of sort of slightly trapped down here. But I'm guessing... Yeah, I don't know if we necessarily have a way to get across this gap. I see a Pogorble sphere off to the right. Here you lie, monarch, sunk so deep, yet still you cling to life. Would you let your lands be choked black to protect just her? I think the answer is probably yes. Spider dear, it's a delight to have you visit. It is oh so lonely here at the bottom of the world. I cannot share your mirth, child. Your small rebellion above now causes this kingdom's collapse. Letting you live was my rebellion, Spider. I I've denied my mother your silken strength. I've won. She can thrash and waste, and know her pathetic, broken child caused the mortal wound. Rejoice, and let it all come down. I will not. I have already stood the sentinel for one dying land. That role I will never play again. Is Hornet referring to Hollow Nest there? I think they might be. While I live and possess the strength to resist, this kingdom and the bugs within it shall not fall. Ha ha ha. Spider, spider. What a marvelous specimen you are. You fight and fight, heedless as the world crumbles around you. Farloom and her bugs will be crushed to dust, and still you'll be vainly swinging your blade. There may still be a way to prevent that fate. I will claim the hidden power, the bloom that repels the dark. Those snails share some fault in the snare, and their callous use of the void. They shall help me now to seek its counter. I will return, child, when I bear the strength to dive below and cut this land finally free of your mother's grasp. Interesting. I'm guessing we still need to figure out some way to get out of here. Okay, there are platforms that we can... The game will let me keep platforming to the right. But I know that we apparently need to go back up above? At least according to the map. Escape the abyss, return to Farloom. I'm just gonna go on the assumption that I am intended to maybe come this way at some point, but I don't actually have enough vertical to make it up there yet. Fascinating. Oh, there's a platform off to the side that I can use to get up. Okay, so I can make it up here. Okay, there's something that way. I think there was something on the other side also. Okay, that does not appear to actually be a pathway up. That just appears to be a pile of shell shards. It's just a pile of a couple of shell shards. I think we're almost at our 600 max capacity again, finally, after whatever happened last time. Okay, these creatures aren't too terribly tough. They do deal double damage, though. Okay, I think our capacity is, 600. Is there anywhere further up I can go, or do I need to go back? Back to the left. I think I need to go back to the left. Yeah, this appears to be... This appears to be a pathway I need to take at some point at least. So I'm not entirely sure how I can get up there. I'm not entirely sure how to get up there at the current moment. Because I can definitely climb up this wall. Oh, I see. I think I see at least. Because, yeah, I'm suspecting I need to claw line that second one as well. That is... So, yeah, claw line the first one, double jump, claw line the second one, double jump. Okay, that gets me up somewhere? It's a door I can needle in. I finally learned what those doors look like. I'm still not entirely sure where we are. I do note that we still have that pathway with some sort of secret. Okay, the game gave me silk. I don't want to go down. I want to go up. Up, then across, then down. Farsight. Farsight. The Farsight can be assembled in a home. Retracted Weaver surveillance instrument. Once assembled, the device will allow observation over vast distances. I'm guessing that goes into our Bell home. I'm legitimately curious what it's useful for. Okay, that appears to not necessarily be where we need to go. I don't know why I'm going down. I'm guessing that somewhere hidden... I'm guessing that hidden somewhere is an ability to get out of here. A rune scroll depicting a void given form. What did I just get? Oh, that's void tendrils. For the Hunter's Journal. The void definitely does not seem to be silk, at least. Though they seem to be at least somewhat similar. Okay, that is literally just a pile of spikes. Okay, I could keep going down. That looks like an ability. Yeah, that looks like an ability. Daughter of a distant land. We who remained have waited long. Bind our strength to yours. Reclaim the future of our haunted kingdom. Which button is bind? You'd think I would learn which button it thinks B is at this point in the game. We got something. Bound the ancestral art Silksong. Hold down and left trigger. Fling the needle upwards and launch to tremendous heights. Silk will be expended. Strike enemies to replenish silk. I'm guessing that's I'm guessing that's just the extra vertical movement. That is not the button it thinks. That's the button it thinks. Okay. Oh, that really does just like launch us straight up. Fascinating. I like that ability. Though it does take me a second to figure out how to trigger it. Because I'm guessing I can then launch out of here as well. It doesn't seem to use that much silk. It doesn't appear to be using a ton of silk, which is helpful. It is helpful that it doesn't use a ton of silk, because I think that means that my silk hearts I have are more than enough to reliably power it. Because I at least try to not rely on. Oop, that was a little bit further down than I expected to fall. But I generally have been relying on like my silk hearts for stuff like clawline, and I'm guessing it's similar. That I'll be able to just rely on it. Okay, the void apparently deals a rather large quantity of damage if I fall into the void tendrils. So mayhaps we don't fall into the void tendrils. Okay, is that a... Okay, I need a ceiling in order to be able to ascend? Yeah, if there's no ceiling above me, it appears I cannot go up. So I need to watch for where ceilings are. It's not something I was normally paying attention to. Granted, there generally seems to be a rather large quantity of ceilings around. Okay, I don't think I can necessarily sneak through there. Okay, because I do want to know what's down this side path as well. I do want to know what's down this optional side path, because I'm guessing there's a secret over here. An arcane egg. A relic from the ancient past, highly prized by collectors of historical items. Okay, apparently they exist in this game also. I'm guessing that's just a giant pile of rosary beads. Is functionally what I'm guessing I just found. Yeah, I'm guessing I just found a giant pile of rosary beads sitting in the actual abyss. Which, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough, game. It is fitting, at least. Because, yeah, I can definitely just launch up anywhere there's a ceiling above me. Oh, that's probably how I'm getting out of the void. Is I'm going to have to launch into a ceiling above the exit point. That's at least going to... I think that's a reasonable guess. I'm pretty sure those things dealt more or took fewer hits in Hollow Knight than they are currently. Those, like, little void pillbug things. I do not want to deal with that. Those creatures are not exactly something I want to be actively having to deal with. Because, yeah, they are... Okay, the ones that I can hit from the ground aren't terrible. Because I can usually dodge them. I say as I proceed to definitely not dodge that one. Yeah, watching someone waiting for them to do Lace 2. They could then basically everything. I think I did a lot of stuff before I did Lace 2. And I've heard that rumors of there's a Lace 3, which I'm assuming is eventually going to be down here in the Abyss. Yeah, I'm guessing that's going to be eventually somewhere down here in the Abyss. Oh, hey, look, they pulled up the diving bell. They listened to us. That's nice of them. I think I already got that, whatever was over there. Yeah. I already got whatever's over on that side. So I'm guessing I just need to line myself up with that gap and launch myself up. Okay, I think we have to... Yeah, I think we're going to have to climb up a little bit here. Not entirely sure where we are located in Farloom right now. I'm not entirely sure where we're located. But I need to make sure I... Eventually I have to sneak out of here, right? Like, there has to be an exit to the Abyss somewhere? Even if I'm not entirely sure where. Okay. I mean, I got a lot of silk out of that. And I got double jump at every spool frame before getting into melodies. I think I got double jump after only one of the melodies, so I was pretty close, but I got all the spool fragments definitely after all three. Because, I mean, not like I knew where they were. Okay, we found a bench. I'm still not sure exactly where the Abyss connects into the rest of Farloom. Apparently I missed a pathway down below. Yeah, apparently this goes left? Yeah, at least, yeah. Okay, yeah, there is something over here. I'm trying to generally make sure I'm not, like, missing things. Oh, those are, like, I think those are spots, marking spots that the game's expecting me to use my new Silksong ability to go up. Hey, look, lore. In silence, your voice. In darkness, your form. We hire who see you seeking. Our shells yearn for your embrace. That is still mildly concerning. Okay, does that just loop me back around? That just looped me back around. Yeah, I went past something you believe? Probably. or at least definitely believable that I would have just, like, gone past something or another. We are making progress. I could definitely check the map, but I now know that just drops me back down here if I just follow it all the way around. Okay, hold on, that's not the right button. I need to be angling down first. Yeah, they're finally doing this. Fighting Lace 2. Yeah, Lace 2 is... Honestly, that fight took me way longer than it probably should have. Yeah, the Lace 2 fight probably took me a lot longer than it realistically should have for me. Yeah, we at least have this pathway over here. Yeah, we at least have this pathway. I want to... I don't like those little void creepy things that follow me around. It's at least not showing anything on the map. Also, I don't need that marker anymore. I already got that. But it's entirely possible I missed like a breakable wall over here somewhere. Because I tend to miss those a lot. Yeah, I tend to miss a lot of breakable walls. Yeah, you think you saw maybe? Entirely possible given my rate of actually finding or of actually seeing those. So that I know that just drops me down. I don't see any breakable walls on this screen at least. Down just drops me down further. That wall seems to be pretty solid. These walls seem to be fairly solid. Yeah, these walls seem to be fairly solid. And I don't see anything along... Yeah, I'm not seeing anything along those walls either. But could be still just missing something obvious. Because that would be entirely within the realm of possibility. So yeah, that wall seems pretty solid. I mean, the problem is that everything currently looks like a breakable wall, regardless of whether or not it's a breakable wall. That is slightly inconvenient. Okay, that takes me back up. Because I'm suspecting... Oh gosh, how do I get up there? Oh, okay. Okay, I can bounce off those. Okay, I'm just trying, because I'm guessing this path does at least look reversible. Though I can't necessarily say I find it particularly encouraging that this pathway is currently full of lava. Just a little bit. There appears to be just a touch of lava. There appears to be just a touch of lava over here. And also a long ways up. This appears to be a long ways up. I'm guessing that no bugs have ever actually, like, been over this way in quite a while. Okay, we got a platform. Things appear to be slightly on fire, though. Okay, there is a lot of silk here. I'm gonna heal while I have it. Oh yeah, the music in this room is tense. Yeah, the music in this room is tense, to say the least. Okay, I need to... Step one is don't goof up the platforming too badly. And take advantage of... Yeah, I definitely need to take advantage of the, like, tiny little platforms that I keep finding when I can. Because, okay, that's falling down. Is that going to open up another air path, or is that just going to give me a normal set of walls I can climb? I say normal set of walls I can climb as if they're not actively covered in fire. Oh, there's lava chasing me up now. I hadn't quite noticed the lava chasing me, but that is mildly concerning. Okay, yeah, the lava following me up is mildly concerning. I don't know how to go further up there. Okay, oh, I need to go to the right. I am definitely running out of health here. Because I very much don't have the magma bell equipped. I very much do not have the magma bell equipped right now. Feels like I should equip the magma bell. just a little bit. Given things are slightly on fire. I don't know if I need the long claw right now so much as I need magma bell. Because yeah, that is. Though also, why am I not using this skill to just rapidly ascend out of that lava room? I'm kind of... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why I didn't just use that skill. Because that would work, I think. Yeah, I think that would work somewhat, at least. Okay, because I can get up here. I can get up here easily enough, I say, as I then fall into lava. Yeah, okay, because yeah, I can get up here easily enough. I just have to avoid the spikes. Yeah, I'm not entirely... Can't say I'm entirely sure where we're trying to go. Yeah, I can't say I'm entirely sure exactly where we're trying to get to. I do know that I want to heal. Yeah, I want to heal when... At every point the game gives me a chance to, because we now know that there is a rather large amount of lava that's going to start chasing me at some point in the near future here. I need to make it up to this tiny little ledge. Okay, it does not save the fact. Apparently, yeah, it does not save the fact that we hit that, and I just fell, like, all the way down. I promise me falling all the way down was definitely not intentional right there. Okay, because now I need to start climbing so I can stay ahead of the slightly burning lava. But we should have more health this time around at least. Yeah, I can then... Okay, I think I can probably claw line off of those enemies again. Okay, why did I not get enough height off that? I can't say I'm necessarily the greatest at platforming in games. I can't say I'm necessarily the greatest at platforming in games, which... The fact that this is a platforming section is gonna give me some trouble. Yeah, the fact that this is a platforming section with a time limit is gonna cause me some trouble because I am not great at that. But yeah, then I can bounce off that one. Okay, I did not make it up far enough there. Okay, I'm at least figuring out where I need to go, but also with my lack of platforming skills in any game, let alone Silksong, actually making it up is a different challenge altogether. Because yeah, now I'm kind of running out of health again. That should not be that. This doesn't feel like it should be that difficult of a platforming challenge, but it is. And I think it's entirely a skill issue on my part. Okay, because I can get up there. Yeah, I can at least get up there. The magma bell giving me a couple of extra attempts, I think, is generally quite nice. Yeah, the magma bell giving me a couple of extra attempts, I think, is generally on the nicer side. But I do have to escape. Yeah, I do have to escape. Okay, and I'd very much like to not lose all my health getting up there again. That would be deeply unfortunate. Yeah, that would be deeply unfortunate to lose all my health trying to just get back to the platforming challenge. Because that is... I mean, even this little easier section is giving me trouble. Okay, I'm gonna let that lava go again before I try to go up. Because yeah, there's... I at least have it sort of figured... Okay, why do I keep messing that up? This really should not... This really should not be this difficult. I say as I then proceed to claw line directly into lava. Like, I know it's definitely just a skill issue on my part. Which is why I'm not, like, getting angry at the game or anything. Because I definitely am known to have skill issues. Why is the respawn point all the way down here, though? Because I might not even make it to the platforming this time. Yeah, I might not even make it up to the platforming this time. This really should not be this difficult. Yeah, like, this really should not be this difficult. Also, this gives me not very many attempts at platforming with how low my health already is. And that's even assuming I make it to the platforming section. Which at this point is far from guarantee. Because yeah, that's not enough health to heal. I suppose if I make it up to where my cocoon is, that will give me enough to heal one more time. Because yeah, the cocoon will give me enough health to heal one more time at least, which is better than none more times. Yeah, the cocoon will give me enough health to heal one more time at least, which I definitely need to take advantage of, given how much I just seem to be goofing up this platforming section. Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know why this platforming section is giving me so much difficulty. Beyond just skill issue. Because I'm not even making it up to my cocoon this time, I don't think. I don't even know if I'm making it up to my cocoon this time. Which is kinda slightly embarrassing. Okay, can I heal? Give myself at least give myself a couple of attempts here. Yeah, no more money. I got my cocoon back. Though the fact that this is giving me this much difficulty is not the least embarrassing thing ever. Because I'm at least learning approximately where the game wants me to go, which is helpful. Though also I just totally bungled that one. Okay, it gives me a save point halfway through. That is useful to know, I think. Is this gonna let me launch up far enough to escape lava? That lava is chasing me. Okay, I think I made it out. I think I made it out. I'm a little bit low on health, and I haven't seen a bench yet. Can I mac these guys? Do they respawn? I'm like, can I smack those guys enough times to at least give myself a little bit more health to work with? Yes, you did it first try, it's not that hard. I'm bad at platforming in games. Bench. Okay, very much appreciate the bench. And we've made it back up to Deep Docks. That is good news, I think. Yeah, I'm quite bad at platforming in games, so I'm not surprised that took me several attempts. Spellseeker. Okay, we escaped the abyss, returned to the snail shamans in the ruined chapel beside Bone Bottom. That is... I'm still kind of just assuming that if I follow the progression, that is slightly terrifying. Yeah, that is slightly terrifying. All these creatures are all the enemies are slightly terrifying when they're oozing void, because that gives them a lot of health. Well, this is not the right room. Yeah. Oh yeah. Act 3 is also slightly destroying me at this point. Because these things have a lot of health. I needed that elevator. Actually, I think there's a second way to climb up somewhere else. Also, hi White, so welcome to stream. Yeah, pretty deep in this. Yeah, we kind of said hi to the void, apparently. Apparently that's also below Farloom. And is actively causing us problems. It's actively causing us problems at this point. Bell Beast is off to the left. Because actually, why am I running back to Bell Beast? Yeah, why did I run back here? Because we already freed the Bellway again. And that gave me a fast travel point back to, I haven't actually tested it yet, but I think it gave me a way to fast travel back to the Bellways. But also, there are void tendrils absolutely everywhere. What? Hold on. Oh, there are... Are they stealing my money? They are stealing my money. Yeah, they're absolutely just stealing my money. I like the snitch flies. Oh yeah, I fought Bell Eater pretty early on in the stream. I do like the snitch flies. They are very, very funny. Even if they do try to steal all my money. Because I'm pretty sure it was up in Needland. I haven't ever actually tested it. I guess it doesn't work in Deep Docks. I don't know exactly how that mechanic works. Yeah, I don't know exactly how that mechanic unlock works. Hold on, is that a pathway to the left? I think I've been over here already though. Yeah, I think it's needle and up. I'm not 100% sure how it works because I haven't ever actually used it. But yeah, we fought Bell Eater. So far, Bell Eater I think is the only Act 3 boss I've fought so far. Yeah, I think Bell Eater's the only Act 3 boss I've fought. Also, the fact that the snitch flies deal double damage is kind of amusing, but also a little bit terrifying. Also, parry is still an exceptionally good ability. Yeah, I don't want the snitch flies looting the residents of Bone Bottom. That feels like something I should probably be at least putting a little bit of effort into stopping. Though they did destroy my bench. Though the earthquake, whatever happened, did kind of destroy my bench. Oh, okay, there is a new bench over here at least. That's worth something at least, I think. Oh, back from the depths with nary a scratch. Is it as you feared? It is, and worse. Your snare has sunk the monarch deep. Deeper than I can safely descend. To cut Farloom free, I must plunge below the surface of that lake of liquid nothing. No shell survives submerged in that void, old one. Not even yours. Not without aid, certainly. Though aid may exist. The flower that resists the dark. Do you know of it? The Everbloom? We've heard the tale, but had thought it a myth. If it ever sprouted in our lands, we would surely have known. I would not seek it in these lands. I need its power full, and it is too fragile to sustain here long. I would seek it in my memory. Oh ho ho! So you'd have us rich open your soul to retrieve the fabled bloom. Could such a thing be done? They're talking about the delicate flower? I suppose, yeah. For another bug, no. But I am weaver enough to attempt it. In the distant past, I knew the flower. My thread still holds its faint memory. If the Everbloom was grasped strongly enough within my silk, it could be made to manifest. Ah, so you're asking another spell of us to reveal the flower clear, but to illuminate one of your kind's old memories so acutely. This is no easy thing, even for us. Old one, you must give us a moment to confer. I'm guessing that we're gonna have to go on some quest to collect X number of things from somewhere around Farloom, kind of like the first 2 acts. It's kind of my working theory. We could do it. The spell can be cast with enough power, enormous power, equal maybe to that monarch. I cannot grant you mine, if it even were enough. My strength is still needed to face her below. Where else do you propose we seek a source? From Farloom. Ho ho ho. Remember, ours is a kingdom of wishes granted. Farloom was not born of that monarch, old one. Power existed in these lands even before she bound them beneath her. Grank. Seek the old hearts of our kingdom. and the last successors to bear their strength. They're still out there, hidden away, much faded by the Pale One's long dominion. You must make them stir. We will teach you how, in the way befitting a weaver, a somber song to reach down into their memories and enliven them a final time. I guess I'm learning a new song. Down and needling. We're learning like multiple new songs at this point. Cause yeah, we learned the Bell Beast song. We learned Elegy of the Deep. Draw out memories of Farlam's forgotten past. Fascinating. Okay, we've gone from one song to 3 songs now. The hearts you seek. We can share their locations as best we know. 3 will be needed to construct our spell and draw clear the memory of the flower from your silk.
Not a miss.
Bring us the hearts, old one. Make 'em beat, fierce and final. See for yourself the forgotten strength of this land of bugs before we burn those memories in its saving. Objective updated. Heart of Might, Woods, and Wild. I'm guessing that is the 3 things. Apparently it's 3 things we need to collect instead of 5. Okay, there's 1 in Coral Tower. 1 is somewhere that I haven't been in Blasted Steps. And 1 somewhere way off to the right. How interesting. Yeah, you could definitely get an extra. There are 4, they need 3. I only see 3 on the map. Yeah, I only see 3 on the map, at least. I do want to use my memory locket I picked up to unlock something, because I don't know how many more I need to get the next upgrade from Eva, but I suspect I'm close-ish. The 4th one is secret. I mean, I'm going to have to find it at some point if I want 100% Silksong. Because I do intend on 100% Silksong, because I want to see if, 1, Eva still is accessible from this direction, and 2, see if I have enough memory lockets yet to get that or to get another upgrade, because I did not previously have enough. But I might have enough now because we have like 1 or 2 more memory lockets over the last time we checked. And I think I used all my memory lockets, right? Yeah. And I have a pale ore apparently. I forgot I had one of those still. That down the most energetic elevator ever. Because yeah, I do wonder. I want more upgrades as possible. Okay, lady, so you live still. This is good. I had felt the conflict commence, pale hearts ablaze, in the sudden well of darkness after. I am sorry, Eva. I had hoped to slay the monarch and was near achieving that goal. But the situation has become complicated. Now, all of Farloom threatens to fall. Hey, Alexander, welcome to stream. I can sense it, but I can sense it in you, lady. You have not yielded to despair, so some hope must still remain? Slim hope, I suspect. But true, there may yet be a way through this disaster. I shall pursue that goal with whatever strength remains. Then allow you to continue to aid you as I can. Mine might be a small contribution, but I shall provide it eagerly. Yep. Okay, so I do not have enough yet to get an upgrade. I was hoping that memory locket we found would be enough to give me another upgrade. Also, at some point, I really need to figure out how to actually use the Bell Beast song that we learned. Because I do suspect it's just I think it, from the description, was just a fast travel. Hold on, I think I need to look up. I think it was just supposed to be a fast travel back back to... Yeah, fast travel back to the Bell Beast, wherever they are. Yeah, we have locations marked on the map. We also have a lot of what I'm assuming is somewhat slightly ruined things around the world also. At least from what I saw of Songclave and Bone Bottom. Oh, we did pick up that item on the way out of the Abyss near Bellheart. Or for that I think I can put in my Bell Home in Bellheart. The like far site or whatever it was called. Just like Charms even gives you an upgrade. If you collected every crest related thing. Yeah, I'm assuming that I'm missing probably a couple of memory lockets somewhere. Okay, Bellheart at least still seems to be somewhat intact. Dear resident, to see you return alive is such a glimmer of light, even as the dark descends upon us all. All these pilgrims gathered here. I had not expected so many to survive. The destruction beyond these bells suggested worse. Indeed, things should be worse, would be worse, but for your tall warrior friend, who of those shining rings, who so fortunately chose our town to camp. That brave bug now acts alone to guard our town, and those pilgrims who flee for it. For her efforts, our shells have stayed safe, though how long she can remain at that task, I do not dare to consider. That would be the chakra map person. Map person helping keeps things safe. Yeah, I remember that. I think it was this area. Yeah, assemble Farsight. Yes. You must have so many things happening this stream. We went down into the abyss and climbed back out of the abyss. That's what's happened so far. Oh, and we fought Bell Eater. Constructed the Farsight. The state of the world can be sensed. Completion quantities will be displayed in menus. I am kind of curious what my completion percentage is currently at. 78%. Honestly, that's more than I expected. That's more than I expected. Yeah, I really have no proper clue where we're going right now. Does this shop sell anything new? I don't think this is anything new. I'm kind of looking... I also kind of want to check all the shops real quick. Just to see if any of them sell anything new that we've triggered a new act. Because I think there was a shop at Grindel previously, near Blasted Steps. Because yeah, I'm guessing that there's a large quantity of just bosses and stuff that we've also unlocked now, tucked somewhere in the world. Where in the world? I'm not sure. And also the world is slightly full of things that are full of destruction at this point. Okay. You seem to be in good theory. I think Grindel. End of the world, don't bother old Grindel none. We'll just go find another one to plunder, won't we? I suppose so. We can find... So yeah, there are some just tools here. Yeah, there are some just random tools here. Tool pouch. I might as well get the tool pouch and crafting kit. I think... Actually, I might need to go talk to... I think I might need to sell my things in Bellheart in order to afford them. But I suspect that getting upgrades to how many tools I can carry and their damage is going to be something that I very much will start appreciating, given that I'm dying to common enemies in early game areas now. So we're definitely not making it nearly as far as we were through areas before I have my health bar slightly zeroed out. And I think I can probably sell the arcane egg I found. Yep. Blame is it, pa? I should probably read these texts. Those who came after us can apportion blame as they see fit. For now, my collection is the only thing that matters. I must protect it. But what's that? This? I smell something on you right now. You have a relic for me. I'm assuming that this gives me a pile of rosary beads. Yes, this fits my collection well. Look, then. Look at what I have. Okay, we're still definitely missing things. But I do want the upgrades to my tools that Grindle's selling, even if he's selling them at highway robbery prices. Even if Grindle is selling things at highway robbery prices, I still think I want them. Because they seem to be fairly useful upgrades. Yeah, fairly useful upgrades. I'm assuming that a chunk of the completion percentage I'm missing is also just all the stuff from the shops. Yeah, the egg arcane is expensive. Just a touch. Just a touch. But we found one. Desperate times make for desperate customers. I mean, I can't necessarily blame Grindle. But I do want the extra tool upgrades. I'm not really sure which of the 3 markers on the map I want to go for first. Or if I want to just look around. He's robbing me. I mean, I don't know if it's technically a robbery if I agreed to it. Yeah, I don't know if it's technically a robbery if I agree to it. Okay, apparently... Oh, I could, like, see everything I'm missing now. I'm guessing that's the far view working. Yeah, Thief's Mark might have been good. Gives me more rosaries. I suppose that is fair. Yeah, the blue tool he sells is good. At some point, I'm assuming I'm going to need to purchase them anyways. Okay, it looks like I'm missing 1 skill there. Okay, yeah, it seems like now that I have the completion marker, it at least shows me what I'm missing. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Because yeah, there's a rather large quantity of things. Can I do this upgrade now? Because there was a puzzle. I know there was a puzzle over there. He says he's selling for free, but pickpocketing you during the transaction. That does feel like something Grindle would do. That does definitely seem like something Grindle would do. It increases damage per claw and makes them drop their rosaries and shards that they would have dropped, and that's it. Yeah. Just total number of rosaries drops the same. It just takes rosaries early. I mean, that is technically a way that would get me more rosaries, because I don't fight every single enemy in the game. I'm kind of wondering if this is now unlocked, because we kind of had it marked off. It would help if I equipped the tool. It would help if I equipped the tool. I think I have a general idea of how to work it, though, or how to solve that puzzle. Yeah, I definitely need the tool equipped if I want to use the tool for things. Unequip that. I need curve. I think it's curve claw. Yeah, I think it was curve claw. Yeah, with Thief's Mark, you can rob people. I mean, it's in the name. Yes, it's in the name. I need to hit all 4, and if I remember, curve claw curves up to start. Okay, it's something like that, I think. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because it's kind of just at a curve. Give curve claw. Yes. I'm assuming I'm gonna get something from that. And I didn't, or I just got robbed. I may have just gotten robbed. Sit at bench. Yeah, not too difficult of a puzzle, at least. Yeah, there is a bench not too terribly far away. Because, yeah, I'm guessing if I sit at the bench, that seems to be about the thing that triggers most. Yeah, sitting at the bench seems to be generally what triggers a lot of stuff. Oh, yeah, there is something here. Curved sickle. Radial sharp when used by skill hunters to take down dangerous prey. I don't normally use the curve claw, but I had it marked as a upgrade location on my map for the longest time. Yeah, for the longest time I had that upgraded, or that marked as just an upgrade location. Though granted, I'm not really sure what I want as my second tool in general. I know I want my first tool to be the Sting Shard, just because that's a very useful thing to have around, but the second one I'm less sure about. I wonder how the fleas are doing. Yeah, I wonder how the fleas are doing. Yeah, upgrades are must, even if you don't need it. Yeah, at some point I do want to 100% the game, but also there's a massive amount of things to do. I have no idea how to get over there. I'm guessing a pathway opens somewhere. I'm guessing pathways open somewhere that I'm just not fully aware of. And or they're just secret pathways to areas that I've missed. Because I almost missed Sands of Karak had I not been doing the food quest. Yeah, upgrades are a must. Even if, yeah, Silk. I do also have Silksong now. That presumably will help me somehow. Yeah, presumably Silksong is going to help me somehow. Remember the jumps I couldn't make at the elevator? No. No, I don't. I can't say I necessarily remember where those are. Yeah, Silk Sword actions and locations. The goat, you need him. Mr. Mushroom. I haven't seen Mr. Mushroom in this game. At least so far. Because I'm kind of curious if... I'm kind of curious if the flea caravan's all right. Like, all of a sudden we have a lot of stuff to look at. Yeah, that's all the hints you're getting from the topic. I don't even remember where... I know there's an elevator... somewhere. Where was it? I know there's an elevator here. Yeah, you forget where you first meet Mr. Mushroom? I don't know. I know there's an elevator there. I don't remember the jump. I don't remember jumps I can't make at an elevator. I want to remember, though. Yeah, I want to remember where they are. I'm guessing... I also am not sure which spots I should go to. Maybe... The Blasted Steps seems like a central-ish location, because there's two things over on this side of the map, and... potential elevator that I haven't been to yet. And I mean, I have fast travel. I do have fast travel back to the Bell Beast. That is something I have unlocked. So I'm wondering if that might be helpful. Okay, that thing is just awake by default, and it is covered with void goop. There's probably a more accurate name than void goop for those creatures, or for what's impacting these creatures. And there's probably a more accurate name for what's impacting these creatures than just void goop. But it's void goop. It is absolutely everywhere, and it is causing me a great deal of pain. Yeah, the void goop is causing me a great deal of pain because it's absolutely everywhere and it steals my silk. I want to ask what's the time for me? Like time of day? Weird times of day for me. Because yeah, I kind of want to check the one elevator I know of. Also the Citadel appears to be slightly broken. Yeah, things appear to be slightly not entirely intact anymore. Yeah, there was a... I'm guessing it's somewhere... Can I go up here? Oh, there is something up here. Because I have a lot more vertical mobility now. Yeah, I do have a lot more vertical mobility now. Even if I get slightly eviscerated trying to get through areas. Due to void goop on every enemy. Yeah. Singing to Grandmother Silk, playing Needle summons the void. I think anything summons the void at this point. Is there something up here? Because this is definitely a spot I don't recall having been before. Yeah, this. I don't think I've been here before. But yeah, you're having breakfast at the moment. I mean, different times a day. Turns out that time zones are a thing. What did I just do? Oh, am I in the elevator shaft now? I'm in the elevator shaft now. I'm guessing there's something over here. I see what looks like a breakable wall right here. Okay, I see a breakable wall over here. Yeah, there are a lot of things hidden about. I'm guessing that leads towards that one. Is going to be my current guess. Yeah, that's going to be my current guess, is that it leads towards that secret item. Or that heart. I think it called them hearts. If I'm not entirely misremembering. Yeah, if I'm not entirely misremembering, I think the game called those hearts. Of some sort, at least. I don't think there was anything else at the bottom of this elevator that I needed to check. I don't think that path was open. There is... Yeah, there is the toll bench there. Because welcome to Underworks. Yeah, having the ability to just go up is rather useful so far. Yeah, has proven rather useful. I'm not sure where we are. We're still considered in a Citadel area I've already been to. Oh, can I open up this tunnel from the other side? I don't think that the height there quite lines up. Yeah, I don't think the height of the area there quite lines up. Yeah, the void is... The void is aggressive. Yeah, the void is rather aggressive looking in this area. It seems to not exactly want me to exist. At least from what I can gather so far. There appears to be a lot of just very angry void infecting absolutely everything. This is definitely a new area. I don't know where things are in this area over here, but I know I haven't ever been here before. I've also just apparently jumped into spikes. Yeah, the void consumes. I mean, I am kind of a resident expert in just void. Okay, and I keep forgetting that the void deals double damage. It does not appear to be particularly dodgeable right there. And we are not, at least the blasted steps aren't that far away. Yeah, things with the void seem to deal double damage and steal my silk, which is concerning? Yeah, I think concerning is the correct emotion to be feeling there. Yeah, you don't like using the ascendant script. It makes it hard to descend smoothly. I don't actually mind it. Because it's not that... I don't think it's that difficult to descend smoothly even with the grip equipped. Because it lets me hold in place on walls when I need it. Oh, right. I need to go around again. Yeah, it's not terrible. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's terrible. Okay, I need to hit them. Because, like, you can kind of just cling onto the wall and then you can slide down as much as you need. And then just re-cling onto the wall. So it's not, I don't think it's awful. Because it's very good for, like, helping me just position myself exactly where I want to be. Because, yeah, it's... And then I can also just dash up if I need to, also. Though I tend to still jump off the side. Okay, I should be a little more careful, I think, is what I've gathered. Because there is... Void. There's a void creature over here somewhere that wants me to not be intact anymore. Yeah, there is there. Yeah, there is a void creature there that wants me to not exactly be alive. Which is mildly concerning. I don't know if I can necessarily make it up there. Because, yeah, it's... Okay, there is a wall I can cling to on the side there. I was expecting that... But apparently it is actually an enemy. Okay, that is just some shell shards and a spot I can heal. Yeah, okay, I think I do need to go back to the right. Maybe I can actually make that... Oh, I can definitely just make that jump. Yeah, I can definitely just make that jump. Okay, I can climb up here. I can get shrieked at. Okay, getting... Okay, oh, that's a shortcut back around. Okay. Just casually getting shrieked at by the void absolutely everywhere, and it is... Doesn't give me silk, and it attacks me. Good. I suppose that is good to know. Okay, that... Halt, stranger. I am charged forever to guard the sacred shrine beyond. Yeah, don't mind it screaming. It happens sometimes. I think I want to mind it screaming. Any who wish to pass must cross their weapon with my own. I'm at like 1 health. Okay. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I'm at like 1 health, which is not great for a boss fight, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Because I'm not even sure I want to fight them yet. Because that is just one of like 30 different pathways I'm pretty sure I have open to me right now. And I'm not sure I want to immediately just fight everything. So I think I might retrieve my cocoon and then call it a mark that area as a... This is an area, something there. Because it really feels like there's a lot, just a massive quantity of things I'm able to find right now that I haven't. And that does have me interested at the very least. He's a child's dying wish IRL. I mean, I know Team Cherry's done stuff like that before. I'm concerned by that. By the fact that thing just like got suddenly affected by black threats. or by the black thready void tendril things. I'm still not sure what those are. Because they kind of look like a thread. They kind of look like tendrils of some sort as well. Which is concerning. I think concerning, yeah. Seth is named after and designed by a kid who had cancer. I mean, that is, you know, that's actually a very cool thing for Team Cherry to have done then. You know? Okay, I want my cocoon back. I don't think... Yeah, he got to see his creation during playtesting at least. That's sad, but also sweet at the same time, I guess. I'm going to mark that as a boss for now, though. And not directly. The Void Tendril does not appear to particularly like it. Can I not fast travel back to the Bell Beast from that room? I think it might not be every room that I can do it from. Because some rooms it seems to trigger... Yeah, some rooms it seems to trigger very quickly, and some rooms it seems to not really trigger at all. Yeah, Team Cherry is pretty good. Did I name the Nuggets? I have not named the Nuggets yet. But they are friendly. They do seem to be quite friendly. I wonder if there's another boss for the one at Coral Tower, if we've already technically cleared the boss for that one. I'm still very much in just investigation mode. Because there are a lot of things to investigate right now. And is that a new pathway? I think I've already been through that pathway, actually. Yeah, I still need to name the Nuggets. The little baby Bell Beasts. I'm very bad at names, though, is kind of the thing. Okay, okay, those things are not terrible. I'm assuming that those are going to also be infected, but they're at least not immediately showing signs of being corrupted by void goop yet. See, I know that there's this room. The thing I'm not sure about is if there's gonna be another boss fight that like got spawned over here. That bug just flew straight into the spikes. Yeah, maybe chime tune is shown. Yeah, cannot fast travel if you do not have ground access. I was on a bridge over water, so the Nuggets could not dig up to me. That honestly makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that honestly makes a lot more sense than I wish it did. Is there something up there? I can't help but wonder if there's something up in that room. Actually, I'm gonna look at that. Would I say Grandmother Silk is more spider or silk? Honestly, probably more silk at this point. Because I'm kind of curious if there's something up here. Because I mean, I can go up under the ceiling now. Okay, I think I already got whatever this was, or whatever that was. I know one of the parts was marked in this room. Probably that thing. Yeah, probably that thing. I keep getting like little lines around my screen. Oh, I can hear the heartbeat. Oh, that is freaky. Yeah, that is real freaky. I'm gonna sit at the bench. I'm not sure if I'm gonna regret sitting at that bench. I do have the song to play. That one would be, I think, the down song. Because I think I don't know if this is going to trigger a boss fight or what, is kind of why I'm concerned. Yeah, the other song, not the bell one. And my concern is that I just like triggered a boss fight or some other similar sequence. If I walk off to the right, I just leave. Yeah, gauntlet. Yeah, apparently if I walk off to the right side, the gauntlet just ends. But I can trigger it easily enough. Okay, we seem to be not locked into it yet. I don't like the fact that you said yet. The fact that there was a yet has me concerned. I'm guessing I need to go up. Yeah. I'm guessing I need to go up. I'm concerned. Coral Tower. I'm vaguely concerned because I think you guys somebody mentioned coral in a complaint at one point. That looks like a boss fight room. Yeah, ascend with Gorb. We do get to ascend now. This is very true. Yeah, we do have just the ascend ability. This is a very pretty area right now. Yeah, be not afraid. I think I want to be afraid. Given we just got locked into the room. Yeah, given we just got locked into the room with, I don't know what these are, but they seem problematic. Yeah, these things seem a little bit problematic. I also took multiple hits there because I forgot that I need Silk to parry. Yeah, these things seem a little bit on the dangerous side. But I can they're not super mobile. Yeah, they're not whatever these are not super mobile, at least. Which means I can kind of... Yeah, the ones on the ground don't have very good managing take over, like... They don't have good area control, I think is the term I'm looking for. Those things have a lot of area control, though. And they deal double damage. I am not surviving this. Because I don't really have my combat stuff equipped either at the moment. I'm not really in combat mode right now. not super in combat mode. What are these? I've never seen these before. I think the one in the air is probably more threatening than the one on the ground, at least initially. Yeah, I don't have my combat loadout equipped. I have my exploration loadout equipped, and I'm in what appears to be a rather long combat arena. Yeah, this appears to be a rather long combat arena that I'm stuck in here. And these are a lot of enemies I've never actually seen before as well. Yeah, I'm not, because I've never seen... They vaguely remind me of the ants. Yeah, they vaguely remind me of the ants from elsewhere, from like Hunter's March? Whenever that was. Okay, I need to be a lot more careful, I think. Okay, I want to heal when I have a chance. Okay, they're at least not super... Yeah, they're at least not super mobile. That seems like a... Okay, I did something. Yeah, be not afraid. Also changing my tools. Yeah, don't be the setup for a joke, they're not funny. Because yeah, there's yeah. Yeah, don't make those jokes. Had to read the chat there and catch up. Yeah, don't make that. Don't even pretend to make that sort of joke or lead into something like that sort of joke. Why do I get the feeling that this is just a gauntlet of arenas in a row? Yeah, don't, is what I'm just gonna say. Yeah, I have a feeling that it's just a gauntlet of arenas. Okay, that is... Okay, oh, those things move fast. Okay, these enemies move fast. Yeah, if you even bring that stuff up in my chat, I will probably just, like, mute you and or ban you, so don't. Yeah, there are a lot of enemies here. And I have a sneaking suspicion that if I lose in any of these arenas, I get sent all the way back to the start. Like, not of just the one arena, but, like, of all of them is my kinda concern right now. Yeah, I'm kinda concerned that if I lose in these arenas, I get sent all the way back to the very, very start. I mean, I guess we get to find that out. Because that is... I mean, at least we don't have... Yeah, at least we don't have to worry about, like, run back to the area. Yeah, we don't have to worry about run back to the area, at least, which I suspect helps. It does not necessarily make it less terrifying, though. Yeah, that's kinda terrifying. Because I'm not... Because, yeah, the fact that we're back at the entrance, I'm really hoping that it counted or that it saves the fact that we beat the first arena. But I have a sneaking suspicion it did not. It did not. This is problematic. I think is how I'm going to describe it. I think I'm going to describe it as just problematic. Because that seems to be the most accurate descriptor of the current situation is... This is going to be tricky. The fact that there's at least 2 levels. I'm not sure how many levels they are, but the fact they also seem to be getting more difficult has me very, very concerned. Yeah, this has me very concerned. I think I might do what I did for the Preve, or for the Seth fight, and just mark it as, this is combat. I think I'm going to mark it as just, this is combat over here. I'm trying to debate where I want to put the pin. If I try to put the pin behind the marker, then the marker's gone. Or then the marker's not visible. See, I'm just trying... Yeah, this is endgame plot fights. That's kind of what I figure. And, like, I could stubborn my way through, but I feel like I want to... Or I feel like I should just not try to stubborn my way through it at the current moment. Because I'm assuming there's more upgrades I can get at some point. I know for a fact I have at least one more health upgrade I can get. I have a lot of tools missing. And I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that I probably have Hive Steel. Or that there's probably another upgrade over Hive Steel Needle. Hold on. What is that attack? I was just kind of like looking at it. It's like, hold X Needle Strike. Have I been missing an attack the entire time? Or rather, I've been missing an attack the entire time. How long have I been missing that attack? But yeah. Combat and then not knowing what she wrote. That would be kind of funny to just imagine Hornet just marking that down on the map. I mean, I'm using the red to mark combat. Did I get that from the Pinstress? I don't remember when I got that. I had apparently just completely forgotten that we got that ability in the past. Yeah, what if she writes Shaw? I think that would be more what Hornet writes on absolutely everything. Because yeah, I know we have at least 2 combat areas lined up. Coral Tower and Seth. Do I remember the blue Pinstress? No. No, I don't. Oh, is it the person over here? Not there. Over... This is not Blasted Steps. Oh, is it this person over here? Is this the blue Pinstress? Oh, I think I remember them now. Yeah, I think I remember them now. Yeah. Yeah, I remember them. I'm not just saying that. I do remember they're over there. Okay, I'm gonna save them before they get hit by the black stuff. The black goop, void goop. I'm not sure what it's... I'm not sure the proper name for the void yet, during at least. These conch flies are still mildly frustrating at times. Because I can get out there. We don't have new. We have infected conch fly. I'm sure there's a proper name for it that the community has given it. Read the conch fly hunter entry. I'm pretty sure I've already seen most of those. Yeah, I haven't played Graveyard Keeper. I think it's on my list of games I want to play at some point. Okay, apparently there's a lot of enemies that I haven't seen as well. I'm seeing a lot of enemies that are just things I haven't seen or that I don't recall seeing yet. I have no idea where Conchfly would be in that. That is quite the long list. Yeah, I've heard of it. From what I've seen, it is a fairly overwhelming game. I just haven't had a chance to play it yet. I play a lot of games, and I have a lot of games to play as well. And I try to play a lot of the games that I think are going to be more on the interesting side, on stream at least. The Pinstress is apparently not here. I have departed to scale Farloom's frigid mount. If any bug exists brave enough to match my pin's fatal resolve, then climb and face me upon its stormward side. I'm assuming that's a quest, and I'm assuming that ends in a boss fight. And I'm assuming that that's just somewhere up on, like left side of Mount Fae. Yeah, I'm gonna just assume that that's a boss fight. Because that's fight-ish to me. That seems very boss fight-ish to me. I don't know why I was bothering to run all the way back. Because I need to remember that I have fast travel back to the fast travel. Yeah, I fast traveled to the fast travel point. Because so far I've seen, like, a tiny bit of Blasted Steps, a tiny bit of Citadel, and, like, Bone Bottom. And a bit of Deep Docks. Yeah, I'm guessing that they're probably somewhere over here. Yeah, probably somewhere over here. What gave it away? Was it its name? But yeah, I haven't checked out Underworks. I guess I did look at a tiny bit of Farfields also. I'm gonna assume... Yeah, I'm gonna guess that there's a pathway from... I don't know if that'll be from Greymore or from Farfields up here. I'm gonna check Greymore first, because I know there's a couple of things kind of on the way. Because I have Halfway Home, I have the Pilgrim's Rest area as well. Yeah, she's gonna be somewhere on Mount Fae, I think. just given the description of Frigid Peak, Stormward Side, feels like left side of Mount Fae. Oh, hey, look, Garmon and Zaza are here now. Yeah, Garmon and Zaza seem to be helping out quite a bit with just protecting Farloom from whatever the heck is going on here. Yeah, don't worry, they're safe. Yeah, Garmon and Zaza, we encountered them on, or down in, I think it was Marrow or Bone Bottom. And they were helping fight some of the enemies all the way down there as well. Yeah. Aha, well met, sister. The task of hunting down these black twisted fiends is no small one, eh? Still, we must not rest. Not while the cries of the innocent echo from every corner of the kingdom. Yeah, this is the second time we've seen them in Act 3. We saw them up here. And then we also ran into them when we were running to Deep Docks. I think they were here-ish? They were somewhere in the lower part of the Marrow on the way to Deep Docks. So yeah, I already knew that they're not, like, actively infected by... The fact that the Void seems to want to take over absolutely everything. Because, like, everything that sees me seems to immediately get voided. Okay, apparently there's a new arena here. Yeah, apparently there's an arena. Can't say I was necessarily expecting that. I can't say I was necessarily expecting an arena of just infected, void-ridden something or another's. Because they are definitely here. And they have a lot of health. I mean, this means that there's something important here. Probably, maybe, potentially. Okay, I want to keep my health up. Because yeah, I want to keep my health up, and I want to stay away from the Void. Because it is infecting absolutely... Yeah, the Void is infecting absolutely everything. Yeah, most shortcuts got cut off. I'm kind of guessing. But, like, the thing is also... Okay, apparently I just never sat at a bench outside of this part of Blasted Steps. That was not necessarily intentional. Yeah, that was not necessarily intentional there. Yeah, Void enemies are voided from the start and have about double their regular counter-press, but don't normally show their voidness until you fight them. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that does just, like, teleport me all the way back here. Yeah, thanks for stopping by the stream, Stanley. Okay, they are rather strong. Because I can't help but feel that there is definitely something through this room. Also, pogoing these enemies seems to be the safest way I can think of to take them out. Because I want to keep my health. I want to keep my health up more. And the more I keep my health up, the better shape I think I'm in. Those enemies have a absurd amount of health. Yeah, I'm guessing that I don't know if there's a shortcut, if just like reopen a shortcut or not. Okay, I do want to use the parry to deal some amount of damage to these guys, though. Yeah, these things, two of these guys, when they're void infected, when they're voided, is kinda terrifying. Because that means they also deal double damage. And this type of enemy already has a very large health pool to work from. Yeah, if I go to the same spot and the enemies respawn, the void ones will always be the same. Fair enough. But yeah, there are just a lot of those enemies there, and they are kind of on the dangerous side, from what I can tell. Because like the first two phases are pretty easy. Maybe I throw out some of my traps in phase 3. Yeah, maybe I throw out some of my traps in the third round to try to thin the herd, I guess, or at least soften the enemies a little bit. Because I feel like I want to make sure I clear this room. But they also have so much health. Like, these enemies really do just have a ridiculous amount of health now. And deal a absurd amount of damage. Because, like, that is not a normal amount of damage to deal. Yeah, why do I have magma? Oh, I do. I do still have magma bell equipped. That was from climbing out of the abyss. Yeah, that was definitely just from climbing out of the abyss. Which was full of fire. Because we were climbing back out of via deep docks. I feel like I can take out one of the two, I'll be in decent-ish shape. But also, this... I don't know how I'm going to get past that phase. I feel like the Reaper Crest is the correct play for this arena. Yeah, I definitely don't need the Reaper Crest, though. Or the Magma Bell, though. Maybe Druid's Eyes. Maybe Druid's Eyes and then Weighted Belt? Yeah, I still had... I didn't even realize I still had that equipped from the climb out of the abyss. And then instead of pins, I want something that I can, like... Because I like the Sting Shard, even if it's not the most dangerous, because I could just throw it out and not have to, like, aim it. I've never actually really used the cog flies. I think I might mess around with the cog flies. I'm kind of just, like, trying to figure out... Because, like, a lot of my strategies also have kind of started to fail. Does this count as ground? This might not count as a large enough piece of ground. Yeah, that bit of ground I don't think is large enough for the little bell beast children to come grab me. Because this spot definitely is. Yeah, I now at least have a slightly better set of things equipped, which I suspect is going to help? Question mark. Yeah, it's gonna. I suspect this is going to help? Question mark. The fact that I have a slightly better set of tooling equipped. Because yeah, I still am not entirely sure what my... I want to beat this. I don't know why I want to beat this. Oh, can I just go up? No, that's mostly blocked off. There are rosary beads up there, though. Yeah, there are definitely rosary beads just up in the ceiling. I want to take out the flying one first, but they have so much health. Do I have the reserve bind tool? It cannot be corrupted by void, which makes it pretty good for Act 3. That is a good point. I do have that tool, I think. I'm like 96% sure I have that tool. I will just throw that out there as a start of phase thing of just throw about 8 billion tools out. Because I want to thin the enemies, or I want to weaken one of the enemies. I think I took out one of the two. I took out one of the two enemies. I'm just really hoping there's not a phase 4 to whatever this arena is. Because that burned through like every single one of my tools to get rid of those two right there. Oh, it does open up this pathway again. Okay, so it does definitely open up the pathway. Yeah, if the extender... I'm not sure I want to abuse the cogflies too much, but if the reserve bind... If the reserve bind is not corrupted by Silk, that might be... Or by Void, that might be a more useful tool to have equipped. Yeah, it might be a more useful one to have equipped. And then I think do I want moss berries? Because that gives me more silk, but the silk kind of tends to get corrupted. Or do I want longer attack range? I honestly don't know. I'm gonna keep this approximate setup for the time being. Oh, traveler. With the land outside fresh struck by fell events. It's good to see someone still surviving. This new curse proves a threat even to my strength and shell. For your own safety, barkeep, I strongly suggest you remain within your walls. Aye. Well, you're welcome to do the same. Stay and wash the troubles away with a few bells of nectar. Though, given the scale to them shakes, I'm thinking it might take more than just a few. Waiting for a drink, traveler? Might soon be the end for all of us. So no need to go easy on the nectar. Honestly, I might as well buy one. Not sure what that really does. Oh, it just gives me some silk. But honestly, oh, right, news up here. Yeah. Miss Grown-Up, New had feared that the awful rumblings of the world, or sticky black threads, had snatched you away from her. I have survived, New. Shall fight on while my strength remains. The kingdom has grown darkly dangerous, but this hearth home still, or seems to still provide some safety. I suggest you remain here for now. Of course, New shall stay inside. Sickening sense of those twisted threads has spoilt the joy of my venturings. You, though, Miss Grown-Up, is now not the perfect time to fully complete our journal? The world rumblings will surely have scared up many creatures from their hiding places. So go and hunt, and show sweet New what you learn. Cause yeah, there are a lot of enemies now. And I'm kind of... I think the next spot I'm going to wander towards is Pilgrim's Rest? Though I don't know how many just random enemies I'm going to run into around the area. Other than presumably a lot. Okay, that was not a void-infected enemy. The ones that are not void-infected enemies are, like, hilariously weak-seeming now. Because every void-infected enemy is hilariously overpowered. And every non-void infected enemy is basically made out of, like, wet tissue paper now. Is approximately how I think I'd describe it. Because yeah, I can get down to halfway home down to Pilgrim's Rest pretty easily. And I'm guessing there's probably something down there, since everywhere that had bugs before seems to have been impacted. Oh, and there's also a shop here. I wanted to check the shops. Ah, yeah, there is a pile of snitch flies. there appear to be a couple of snitch flies here. Okay, let's try to be a little bit more careful, because the snitch flies do deal double damage. And that is a minor problem, yes. A couple of thieves just looting. I don't know if they survived. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that the bugs here did not exactly survive. Hey, look, the shop pin went away. Ooh, yeah. The shop pin went away, which is... Yeah, I don't think the bugs here survived. Oh, does that mean that... Would that mean that Grindel would now be selling whatever this shop was selling? I don't know if that's an accurate assessment of the situation. Yeah, I don't know if that's an accurate assessment of the situation, but that is an assessment of the situation that may be potentially slightly correct. Is there anything like up in the ceiling of this room? Or just a low-ceilinged room? This is a low-ceilinged room without anywhere I can run up. And I'm just trying to... I'm still just trying to get my bearings in Act 3 because kind of everything appears to have gone slightly chaotic. I did not buy everything from that shop. And my suspicion is that means that because of the snitch flies, I'm assuming that Grindel is now selling it to me at like 5 times the price. That would be my guess. That would be over my blasted steps. I'm guessing that Grindel's probably just going to be selling me whatever that shop was selling at like 5 times the price now. Because he seems to be where every snitch fly that sells stuff. Well, he seems to be the snitch fly that sells everything. And I'm suspecting... I'm just going to go check. Because I am kind of curious. Yeah, I gotta say, I am kind of curious. Hi there. Yep. Maybe not. I don't think I bought everything from that shop. But Grindel doesn't seem to be actively selling anything new at the moment, at least. Okay, where do I check next? I've looked at Bellheart, I've looked at Bone Bottom. They broke my bench again, and I'm mildly upset. We've looked at Songclave. I haven't been over to Fleetopia yet? Yeah, I haven't been to Fleetopia yet since stuff shook up. Yeah, is there a corpse of the shopkeeper somewhere nearby? There might be, honestly. Yeah, I haven't been to Fleetopia since I triggered Act 3. And I wonder if the fleas are doing all right over there. Stop grabbing me. I want to... I still don't like those bugs. I'm also kind of concerned that some of those bugs... Yeah, maybe they're not dead if there's no corpse. That is a honestly fair point that for some reason I just never considered. That the shopkeeper might have survived. But that also wouldn't necessarily stop our friend, the snitch flies, from stealing from them. Given they actively steal from me. I don't think I necessarily needed to use my reserve bind right there. I don't think I necessarily need to use my reserve bind right there, because I do want to check Fleetopia. Oh, we have a much faster way to get back from Fleetopia now, don't we? Because, yeah, we now have the shortcut back from Fleetopia of... I'm assuming that Fleetopia is probably solid ground. Because this area seems to be generally fairly solid. Okay. Aww. The dirge I sing is for the end of our old lives. Here at the end of all time, or at the end of times, our paradise crumbles beneath us. Flea and friend alike. All will soon be consumed. Do I like the bile water? Not really. Oh, what other choice do we poor wretches have? Cruel fate leaves us with only one task. Dear friend, Miss Hornet, forgive us, but we must beg one more favor from you. Will you accompany us in our final act? The snitch five snitch and are broke, they need money. I mean, they're thieves. I can promise the wish. I don't know what that wish involves. But this is somewhere. The pact is made, then. Fellows, steel yourself. It is time. Confetti! It is time for the Festival of the Flea. One last grand celebration before the black quakes pull us all down into the darkness. Rouse yourself, fleas. One last time. Let the games begin. Did all the fleas just run away again? Is that what just happened? No, they're still here. Festival of the Flea. Because this is a new area. How do you like our festival, Miss Hornet? While the world crumbles around us, we will laugh and dance and frolic. Make merry with us and play some of the games of old. My time is slim, Flea Master. If I am to join your games, it will only be to hone my skills for the greater trial I must soon face below. Of course, of course. Joy or learnings. Any reason is fine by us, Miss Hornet. And look here, we have Flea Juggle, where the challenge is to strike fleas upwards and keep them airborne for as long as possible. To have our treasured guest challenge this humble game would be an honor for us truly. I don't think I want to try that right now. Do we have a bench anywhere out here still? I mean, I can swim in the clean water and at least unmaggot myself. I already got that pale ore. I'm gonna just go double check that there's not something else hidden out here. Because I know I got the ore that was over here. But also, I don't necessarily entirely trust that there's not just random pathways that opened up. That looks like a random pathway that has opened up. And I'm like, I don't necessarily trust that there's not random pathways. We speak the wishes of the Master Herald, who signs an age's end. Under chapel fallen to the monarch's might, our camp collapsed to the black thread plight. Scorched field on edge, shells black and burned. Up towers spinning, near the surgeon spurned. Mr. Mushroom, the myth, the goat, the myth, the legend. Cage of one who raged against the silken lie. Fell heart of frost who soars on high. Past cradle's peak, last test of fitness. That the age may pass, this shroom its witness. So the herald visits this land too. If he is here now, then great change or savage end is inevitable. He would care to see nothing else. Witness passing of the age. I mean, I might as well hit yes. Yeah, they mislead me to think it's gonna be like something sad. And it's just like, hey, look, we're gonna have a party. the fleas are fun. I like the fleas. But yeah, appears to be Mr. Mushroom. I don't think I ever did Mr. Mushroom in Hollow Knight. But I mean, it's worth me checking over there, I guess. I like how there's a bench. Or how it's like a boat. Dear one, how shameful for the world to end while poor Krat still has so much living left in him. But how sweet of you to join me here. Will you play the flea bounce game? That I may appreciate the beauty of your agile form while I await my doom. To play is simple. Leap up and keep bouncing on the fleas who fly past for as long as you are able. I don't want to do that yet either. I'm just trying to talk to people. Bug, world is ending. Nothing left but to test ourselves. This trial is flea dodge. Stay upon the platforms, avoid attacks. Longer stay gives bigger score. To score most is to become champion. This is only thing left to strive for. Yeah, kneeling with all the fleas. I will here in a minute. Oh, hey, look, the bench is back. Oh, and I think I can just get free flea brew now, okay? Because they kind of ran away. Yeah, I believe there are 3 potential roast fleas can be cooking for the festival. Depending on what order you do some things. Interesting. Good friend of fleas is you, Miss Hornet. Now must join and drink much. Be merry before all ends. Brew is made. Enough for all. No charge for you if needing more. Why waste when future's final? I suppose I kind of understand what they're going at there. I do like the fleas. Yeah, the fleas are fun. If dance and play has all fleas passed, well, there's actually dialogue there. This world may fall, but we stand till the last. Face the darkness, sing dear friends. It is the awoos. There does certainly appear to be some games here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna at least quickly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna at least do one attempt at each of them. Yeah, let the game begin. Flea juggle. I'm assuming I just need to bounce a flea up in the air. Basically indefinitely. I'm guessing there's gonna be multiple of them that join in. Yeah, I'm gonna guess there's gonna be multiple fleas. Because yeah, there's gonna be... I don't know what a good score is. But apparently I am not doing very well. I do appear to get several strikes. I should dash to the side. Yeah, I got a score of 3. I don't think that's a very good score. World is ending. Nothing left but to test ourselves. Yeah, I do want to at least look at all of them. I'm at least doing one of each of the 3. Because the fleas seem to be having a fun time here. Yeah, the fleas seem to be having a fun time. So I might as well hang out in the same area. Oop. Oh, and we fell. Yeah, 16. I don't think that's very good either. Yes. Oh, I can see the scores over here. Those are some very large numbers. Hey, I'm very sad that it put me below Krat on the juggle. That makes me kind of want to have to go do the juggle again, specifically to beat Krat. Because I feel like I want to not be below Krat on the challenge. On any of them. Because yeah, this doesn't... I feel like this is something that I'm practiced a little bit more at, is just bouncing off of things compared to dodging, given my play style so far. Cause yeah, at least given my play style so far. Come on, fleas. I gotta have fleas to bounce off of. Okay, we got 32 because I kind of fell down a little too far there. And then I think in order to beat Krat on Flea Juggle, I need 5. I don't specifically care about getting the highest score on all of them at the moment. I just determined that I do not want to be below Krat on the leaderboard. That is my current only objective. Is to not be below Krat. Because that would be rather embarrassing. Yeah, it would be rather embarrassing to be worse than that one particular flea. Okay, I've already gotten a higher score. I already got a higher score this time around. These games are kind of fun. I am going to go out on a limb and assume that there's probably something for getting a high score. Yeah, I'm gonna assume there's probably something for getting a high score on each game. And I just will need to do that at some point for 100%. Okay. Because, yeah, can also use claw line jump off fleas, but that's for future reference. I suppose that's also fair enough. Yeah, my only goal for right now is to not be at the bottom of the leaderboard below Krat on these. Which I think I have accomplished successfully. Apparently the fleas just dive into the flea brew. Okay, I mean, that counts as checking out what's going on in Fleetopia, as they're now having a festival to celebrate the end of the world in the end times and destruction of everything. The fact that I don't need to run back through it a second time is very, very nice. I want to figure out at least the pathway leading up there. I think it would be Farfields. Yeah, I think it would be Farfields. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where approximately I want to actually be going, and like what pathways are open. What pathways are generally open, I think, is my current thing I am attempting to determine. Yeah, the flea games I think are fun. I just we'll need to eventually. And then also, I didn't see the shopkeeper's body, though the snitch flies have indeed returned to continue their looting spree. I didn't see his body here. So maybe he's fine. Maybe he's fine and ran off somewhere with his money or with all of his goods and money. I'm just not entirely sure where. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where he would have run off to. Because, yeah, I don't see anything over here. Though the ground here does appear to be slightly squishy, which is mildly concerning. Yeah, slightly squishy ground is mildly concerning. I don't see anything here. Oh, can I like ascend up through the light fixture maybe? Or is it just the ceiling there? The ceiling is just right there. I'm not entirely sure where some of the locations I'm trying to get to are. But apparently I'm doing this platforming. I think I'm doing this platforming backwards. And I suspect that is not the best idea ever. And that I might want to run around from the other direction. Might have me be a little bit more intact. It might leave me a little bit more intact than trying to go this way. Okay, yeah, snitch flies apparently are just a permanent fixture now. Or maybe not so permanent. The moment I think that they're there permanently, they are suddenly not there. Which I suppose kind of makes sense, because I'm guessing I might have to like ascend up from like here or somewhere over here using Silksong. That's kind of It's kind of my current, very, very approximate theory. That room has nothing in it, I don't think. Yeah, the ceiling, that ceiling seems fairly solid. Yeah, I mean, the thing with starting Act 3 is now I have no idea what to expect from anything. I like how I don't even bother with the magnetite brooch most of the time anymore. Is there something... Oh, is there something potentially, like, up in this room? I don't know if there's anything on the ceiling here. No. Because I know that there have been multiple boss fights in that room. Yeah, did you miss the fleas? Yeah, you missed some of the fleas at least. I'm still trying to just... Yeah, I'm still trying to just even figure out where things are. I'd forgotten that there's a person down here. Stray one. Things were already falling grim when last you left. Now it's worse. The whole world quaking and wailing, and all stretched through with blackened strands. Yeah, this wouldn't be your doing, by chance.
That's fine.
I am in part responsible, though know this outcome was not my intent, that I shall work to calm it. I knew it. Of course it had to be you. Here I was, hoping you'd bring a shake-up. Instead, you've brought an ending. Well, move it, I say. Get to your fixing. We're all now suffering for the scale of your conflict. Maybe this time you act towards calmer conclusions. Aye? Yeah, we're kind of just checking on, like, everything I can think of to check on. And also just investigating everything I can think of to investigate. Because, yeah, I don't think this is necessarily the pathway, but I'm going to check here. I'm going to look over here. I'm going to look over here. Yeah, I mean, we definitely shook things up. Potentially kind of quite literally. Yeah, things definitely got shaken. Yeah, things definitely got shaken by us. And definitely not necessarily in the best way imaginable. I wonder if I can... Okay, I don't think I can actually make it up there. Up that platform, so I think I do have to actually do the challenge, or the little platforming down and around, which I seem to remember this one room being a particularly tricky bit of platforming. Yeah, I think I might check that later. Yeah, hoping for a shake-up. Brought the whole house down instead. And then on our sorry for party rocking arc, we went a little bit. We caused a little bit of a mess. just a little bit. And we're gonna try to fix it eventually. Yeah, we're eventually gonna try to fix it. Because, like, the other thing I'm thinking is, I'm suspecting that there's more bosses than just the, like, 3... Okay, apparently there's just a body here. That's never a good sign. Oh, hey, look, it's Garmond. And Zaza's hanging out over here now. They are fighting those enemies. Alright, then. I mean, we found them. Again. They seem to be doing a pretty good job of helping us just protect the world. Ha ha. Oh, sister, what a toll it exacts on us, this endless combat. Certainly when peace finally comes, we will be in the right mind to appreciate it. You place too much burden upon yourself, sir. Though I share your ambition to free this land from its curse, I counsel you to rest, even if only for a short while. Us? Rest? While you, my dear sister, fight on so gallantly? Ha! We cannot. What would our old village think of us were we to quit our charge? No. Regardless of what you may believe, there's strength enough still in these old shells. Just ignore the screeching in the background. Because that seems to, the screeching appears to be a fairly permanent fixture of Farloom now. At least so far as I can tell. Definitely doesn't seem to be temporary. Did I ever do the parkour challenge in the room next to this one? The one in here? Yes. We did a parkour challenge up some lava in there after, because it's like an arena followed by a parkour challenge. That almost looks like it should be a hole in the ceiling, but it's not. I don't know if there's another one hidden somewhere around this area. There might be somewhere. But yeah, I think we got a mask shard out of that one. I'm just kind of currently playing the game of try to investigate exactly what's going on. That seems slightly suspicious in the ceiling, though it appears to just be ceiling. Yeah, just double checking. That's fair enough. It seems like might be something in the ceiling, that section. Yeah, that is the one you're thinking of? Cool. There is apparently rocks that I can drop on things that go kaboom. And those things are also infected. I think it's that marker on the map I need to explore an earlier area. I kind of figure. But also I'm not entirely sure where things are. I mean, at some point I need to find memory lockets. Because we're missing several memory lockets for being able to upgrade our stuff and get some final item from Eva. And I'm assuming that I can probably find those also. And also we're missing what I think is 4 mask shards somewhere. And also there's just things absolutely everywhere. I mean, I suppose it could be down from Biowater or right off Craw. Like, down from Craw Lake could also be where we need to get wind up at some point here. It's hard to tell where exactly the game's wanting me to go. Like, I have the general directions. I'm just not sure the specifics yet. Yet, at least. I don't think I necessarily need a hint at the moment. Because there's still stuff. There's still the shop in Hunter's March. There's still, like, places to go. Because we did kinda slightly cause some chaos. Yeah, we did slightly cause some minor chaos. I'm not sure why I'm not using Silksong to get up. Because we have Silksong. That would get us up very quickly. I guess I'm kind of also like looking at the walls to see if there's anything breakable looking. Yeah, there's just a lot of places. A lot of things I could go towards. I'm not sure which ones are where it wants me. Because, yeah, lots of stuff happened. It was very, very, yeah, the end of Act 2 was very, very energetic. And then Team Cherry with the one way to start an act being fall down things. Yeah, just getting knocked down things. This is new. I think. I don't remember this being here before. We're off the map. Yeah, we are definitely off the map. Aw. Warrior, I heard your approach. Why do you come? Surely you've no desire to see these long collapsed caves. The way was open, sir. I merely followed the path through. Am I correct to guess? You were once a resident of these borderlands. Aye. Inglorious they were, in their time. Farloom's end approaches, but my caves, these caves, fell to fate long before. Yeah, they're the Green Prince. or the other prince. Yeah, the gay prince. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Of that fair land, I am the last. Now to remain till the end, and remember the splendor that was. I mean, it is June. No more talk, warrior. Permit me this final moment of memorial. As you wish, sir. I shall disturb you no longer. Oh, that's the heartbeat sound. Oh, interesting. There's also an even more secret pathway. I think step 1 is I'm going to play the song because I hear the heartbeat sound here. Yeah, I'm gonna play the song because there's the heartbeat song, and or because there's a heartbeat sound, and then see what's over here. Yeah, it's to sing them a song. And I mean, it is fitting in the month of June. Okay, those appear to be, yeah, the myth we made. By grace, by blade. All bowed before we princes green. Yeah, it will be heard. Because those appear to be... Okay, I can defeat that. I can defeat one. Make sure I defeat one of every enemy that seems to be defeated. Lost Verdania. We're like finding entirely new things. There was also the pathway off to the right that I was somewhat interested in exploring, but I may need to clear wherever we round up first. And or if I run out of health, I'm assuming I get kicked out of this, like, dreamland. Is this something I can play a song at? This does appear to be something I can play a song at. Sprout tall, spread far. All born free. I think that's all the text from that statue. I'm kind of angling to the right first because I can push the lily pads around. Oh, that's fascinating. Yeah, there was the pathway off to the side also. Smack the statue, I think is what you mean. I'm kind of just trying to very thoroughly. Oh, I can break it. Oh yeah, there is just something here. Okay, what? I have no idea what just happened there. Yeah, I have no idea what just happened there, but I think I opened a pathway of some variety at least. Okay, okay, I can get up here. Does not appear to be much. Does appear to be some enemies though. I am guessing that if I run out of health, I go somewhere somewhere new at least, or I get kicked out of this. Then I can check out the area off to the right that I had opened up. I do. Okay, these bugs do have a moderate amount of health. Yeah, these bugs do have a moderate amount of health there. Yeah, I collected a thing kinda. I'm not sure what a thing kinda is. But it did kind of jump. Oh, is this a shortcut? That appears to be a shortcut. It looked like whatever it was went over here. Yeah, it looks like whatever it was did initially go this way. These bugs are Yeah, these bugs are fast. Hey, thanks for stopping by the stream, Stanley, again. But yeah, it is some... Okay, that lily pad is not friendly. Yeah, that lily pad was not as friendly of a lily pad. Okay, I need to slowly go somewhere. This is a larger area than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, this is a much larger area than I was expecting. And I'm definitely getting lost here. I'm definitely going to get lost in this area. And also take a ridiculous amount of damage from this enemy. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to take a lot of damage from these types of really fast enemies. Because they seem to be a little bit hard for me to reliably hit. Yeah, some of the lily pads seem to be slightly hostile. Like that one. Yeah, the lily pads are getting a little bit hungry. Honestly, I don't know if I can blame them because I'm pretty hungry also, and I think I might be hungry enough to eat a bug. So I don't know if I can necessarily blame the lily pads. I mean, some bugs taste decent. I say this like I've eaten a lot of bugs. Which I suppose I actually have. Hey, thanks for stopping by the stream, Right Soul. We are slowly making progress with another one of these things. I'm still not sure what these are. Okay, it's on a timer? Okay, it's on a timer. Okay, that is another something. Yeah, I can attack the lily pad if I want the Hunter's Journal entry. I think it was this. It's one of these. Because I do want the Hunter's Journal entry. I just need to figure out how to... I just gotta know which lily pads are hostile. I suppose I do have the silk recharge or the extra silk spool if I need it as well right now. So I suspect I can... Yeah, next I will attack one of the hungry lily pads at some point. Because I do want the Hunter's Journal entry, I think. I think I want the Hunter's Journal entry at some point. Oh, there's a lot of silk up here. Anytime I see a lot of silk, I get mildly concerned. Our capital built grand. The seat of our sovereignty slipped from my mind. Why does it fade? Why can I not recall that sacred place? Something tells me I can probably go up from there. Yeah, something tells me that I can probably go up from there at some point. Okay, apparently that lily pad just... Apparently the hungry lily pads just go under the water. Uh-oh. I'm gonna use my extra heal. Did not mean to trigger an arena there. Yeah, I can't say I necessarily meant to trigger an arena there, and also these things are fast enough to evade my parry. Which is terrifying. I'm also... Actually, I do have a decent set of combat stuff equipped. I do need to make sure I heal, because these do deal, like, basically double damage. Okay, take out one. Spawns another. Does not want me fighting one enemy at a time, it appears. Yeah, it appears it does not want me fighting only one enemy at a time. Which is kind of slightly problematic. Okay, I know how to fight these flying guys. But they're also tricky. I'm still very bad at aerial combat. Yeah, I'm still very bad at the aerial combat in Silksong. And there goes my health. I mean, on the plus side, we do spawn right here, and I know there's a secret pathway here. I'm gonna just make a marker on the map real quick so that I don't forget that there is something over here. If I wind up just getting highly distracted by something in this direction. Which is entirely possible that I'm just gonna get highly distracted. Because that is definitely something I am prone to doing. Hey, look, the spikes helped. Yeah, the spikes helped a little bit. Because that thing was definitely getting slightly void infested. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we found like an entire area over here, it looks like. That's an entire area. I'm gonna take the map first, and then set at the bench. Oh, this is like the entire. Is this the same area as the dream, just collapsed in the future? I think that's what we're looking at here. Is the same area as it was in that like dreamland. Just way further into the future. There is apparently an exit up left. It looks like there's an exit supposedly kind of up here. I mean, I can check if there's an up. There's not an up. Okay, because yeah, this appears to be the same area, which I wonder if this lets me more easily navigate. I'm guessing this lets me more easily navigate in the dream realm as well. It's kind of what my working theory is. I don't know if there's anywhere I can actually go up right now, because this room seems to have a fairly solid ceiling. Yeah, this room seems to have a fairly solid ceiling from what I can, or from what I'm gathering so far. Yeah, this room seems to have a fairly solid. Yeah, that seems to be pretty solid. That seems to be pretty solid. So I'm not sure if I can get through it in the realm of reality versus just the realm of dreams, or just versus just the like memories realm over here. I think it's probably just the memories realm. I did not need. I was trying to sing the song again, or play the song on the needle again. Because yeah, this seems to be at least a path or a location that is new and has presumably a heart. Yeah, this area presumably has a heart somewhere in it, from what I've gathered at least. Though also the fact that my health thing doesn't restore. Because yeah, okay, there is a pathway kind of up and left, it looks like. And I think I may have opened that shortcut. Okay, then there were two pathways left in this side. Okay, I'm like trying to just figure out where we actually are and where we need to go. Because I see that. I'm guessing, and one of these is an arena. Oh gosh, they are fast. Yeah, these bugs are fast, and that makes them a little bit hard to fight. It does not appear to be, at least immediately, the arena. Yeah, seems to be at least something. I wonder if it autofills in the map as I do stuff in the Dream Realm. Also, I am losing so much health to that bug. Yeah, these fast-flying enemies give me a lot of difficulty in Silksong. At least every fast and flying enemy that I've seen has been a major point of me taking a lot of damage. Which is unfortunate because that appears to be what this entire area is consisting of. And I'm... Okay, it's another one of these statue things. Oh, and then it went left again. Oh, am I gonna miss it? Yeah, okay, I definitely missed that because I could not tell where it was going. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, I'm opening something. I don't know what I'm opening though. It is kind of the tricky part. Is I'm definitely pulling something off. I just don't know what. That makes it hard to work with when you don't know what you're actually doing. Because I'm guessing I'm opening some sort of pathway somewhere. That's my general working theory. I think that this was the arena. No, this was not the arena. Where was the arena that I lost in? Because there was definitely an arena that I lost in here somewhere. And I apparently completely am like super turned around. Because I really thought it was like just over here somewhere. Yeah, I'm like super turned around at this point. Okay, I want to make sure I take out the enemies because I'm guessing there's another one of the statue things in this room somewhere. It's kind of my theory, at least. That's kind of my theory, at least, that there's one of the statue things somewhere around here. Those creatures have a lot of health. Actually, not a lot of health. They do bounce around a lot, though. Okay, there's something up there. I think I can get up by... Yeah, I think I can climb up by just, like, silk soaring my way up. Okay, it looks like he's up here also. Here, the trail of the stag-touched pale. We hunted her, felled her, as none before were able. Proof it became of our majesty, mark of our divine right. I'm guessing that this is probably one of the circle things. And that I do want to try to complete the circle things. I'm still not sure what we're opening with that. But we are presumably opening something of use. Yeah, we're presumably opening something of use. Is this a hostile lily pad? One of these lily pads is bound to be hostile, so that I can get the Hunter's Journal entry. Okay, I saw the white stag right there. Does it want me to go up here? Nope, that is just a ceiling. I'm gonna repeatedly just smack into just random ceilings for like the entire rest of the game, I'm pretty sure. Just trying to check what things are where. Okay, because yeah, there is... Is that a hostile lily pad? That's not a hostile lily pad. The pale stag is a boss fight, though. Okay. I can't say I'm necessarily surprised. but I am concerned about my ability to win this boss fight when I can't even seem to consistently hit the boss. I can't even seem to consistently hit the boss, let alone win. Does it give me silk? It does give me silk at least. That is worth something, but it also seems to keep spawning these circles like absolutely everywhere. Can I attack the circles? Okay, I can kind of attack the circles. Yeah, I can kind of attack the circles. Which gives me a... Okay, that's giving me a little bit of timing to sneak past things, but that does... The circles do deal double damage, and I am now at 1 health. Okay, that is something at least. Yeah, I'm still... Okay, and we're out of health. I'm still very much trying to just process what is going on in this entire area, because it doesn't update the map. The Dream Realm does not update the map, which makes it a little bit hard to navigate. But there is a boss fight somewhere around there, and I think around there are the arena and the boss fight, at least. Which is something. It's information. We are collecting information, even if we are not quite figuring everything out yet. We're getting there. We're getting there for sure. And we will get it figured out. I've just got to... I definitely just need to learn... I mean, I think I can probably definitely beat the Pale Stag. I just needed to be a little bit more prepared. Because first try on a boss in Silksong doesn't seem to happen very often. For me, at least. I think I got that on, like, the first boss of the game. And that's about it. That is not a hostile lily pad. Yes, that's... I still need to hit one of the hostile lily pads to deal the damage required to defeat it. Okay, because, yeah, there was something over here to the right. Because, yeah, I can kind of generally tell where I am. It just doesn't fill in new parts of the map when I get defeated. But I suppose I might just need to go sit at a bench to have it fill in the map. Actually, that's probably what it is. Okay, I hit it. I didn't defeat it. Yeah, I'm kind of just trying to problem solve where I need to generally be going. Okay, there is a pathway off to the right, it looks like, that I have not been through. It looks like I have not actually been out the right side of this area. Or out the right side of this room quite yet. There is some silk down here. I'll take the silk, because I think that will help me with just survivability. Yeah, these waters. At land's edge and the shrine atop. Our furtive escape. Our brief retreat from rule. So many moments spent simple, joyful, free. Aw. I do feel bad for him. Because, like, his entire kingdom got kinda sorta wrecked there. Ooh, there's something over here. When 3 fonts weep, our sacred shrine shall watch. Let me read that again. When 3 fonts weep, our sacred shrine shall rise. That was, I don't think that's intended to be a tongue twister. Yeah, I don't think that was necessarily intended to be a tongue twister. It's a button. What's the button for? I'm guessing that's one of the 3. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's one of the 3... whatever it was talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's one of the 3 things it was talking about. Because I want to go up. I'm guessing there's something else up here. Oh yeah, it's 2? Okay, I'm guessing there's 1, 2, 3 around this room. And that's 2 of the 3. But where's 3 of the 3? And where's number 3? Okay, these bugs are... I did not mean to use my full heal there. I thought I had one more bit of silk than I did. Apparently not. Yeah, I can make it over. At least, yeah, I can make it over here. So yeah, I got 2 of the 3. Yeah, I got 2 of the 3. I'm guessing that I'm not sure where the 3rd one is. I'm not entirely sure where the 3rd one would be. Oh, is it over here? Oh, it's just over here on the right. 1, 2, 3. I can count. Okay, that is 3. Oh, there's a big button there now. I suppose I can hit the big button that I didn't even see till I landed on it. And due to the fluid nature of memories and myths, it's possible the pale stag was never actually a pale being like the king. White Lady Radiance, even if it existed in the first place. That is, I suppose, a fair point. Lift your voices, know our grace. We're getting something. Because memories and stuff are not very solid. Okay. Oh, did I already clear all 5? Oh, is that 5 more of... That's 5 more of whatever that light is, I think. I can't tell... I still can't quite tell what's going on. Okay, I do know that I completely dismissed that. Yeah, I completely dismissed that one, though. I need to get over to the... I need to get way over to the left. If I'm trying to get out of this room, at least. Which is generally my current objective, is get back out of this room. Because I triggered 5 more of whatever those are. I don't know how many of them I need to trigger. I'm guessing all of them. I also have no idea where the pale stag actually is in this area still. Okay, oh, is there something up in this room? I'm guessing, I think there's something up in this room that I need to climb up to, and I completely messed up the timing there. Okay, how am I supposed to get up here normally? Because yeah, I need to follow it down and hope that I finish it. Okay, I got it in time. Yeah, I mean, it's also possible that the pale stag was just actually a thing. But yeah, doesn't matter because seeing how he remembers the story of his home, which might not have been as green, that is also fair. A fair point. I like how he remembers his home with a giant man or bug-eating lily pads. Yeah, giant bug-eating lily pads is definitely a way to remember your home. Yeah, this bug is just so tricky to actually hit. Yeah, this one, I think I already cleared that one. Yeah, before the Citadel, of course. Yeah, the Citadel appears to have slightly, sort of very messed things up. But yeah, just a little bit. Oh, there's no ceiling here. Okay, so I'm guessing I do need to actually beat the arena and the pale stag in order to clear this area. That's at least what seems to be the case, and that has me concerned because I have like 0 health. Okay, so the arena is... So there's an arena there, and the pale stag is somewhere around there-ish, I think. That's also not the one down there. This might be the secret. This might be a secret one then. Because I'm guessing that both the pale stag and the arena are guarding one of those statues. It's kind of my working theory is that it's the statues. That's my working theory is that it's the statues that are going to unlock his memory of the sacred place. And that's where the whatever heart thing we need to complete is going to be located. That is my very, very rough working theory. I needed to not take a damn hit there. I really needed that healing. I'm gonna run over to the bench real quick and see if that actually fills in the map at all, because there is a bench not terribly far over. Yeah, the bench is not terribly far over this way. I say as I then take a bunch of damage. Yeah, there's a bench here. Okay, it does fill in the map. So the pale stag would actually be like probably that room. That room looks like where I fought the pale stag. And then that looks like the arena right there. I think. I think at least. It feels reasonable to me. Yeah, don't have to do all the glowy spot, but you recommend I explore as much as possible before I proceed to what I unlock. As far as I can tell, the last 2 spots I haven't checked yet are the pale stag and the arena. Though I think that might also be a next stream thing because I'm kind of looking at the time and I also went way overtime, or I also went overtime last stream to finish the Hollow Knight randomizer. And this feels like a reasonable spot to stop for the day. So yeah, I think I'm going to call today's stream there. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe so that YouTube doesn't banish me to the shadow realm of the algorithm, which I'm pretty sure I'm currently banished to anyways. Because it just does that because it thinks I'm a robot spamming things for whatever reason half the time. And, yeah. There will be Ender Magnolia on Friday, and then more Silksong next week, and possibly a new game next week because we finished the Hollow Knight randomizer. So yeah, thanks for stopping by the stream, everybody, and have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.